Good evening everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday evening. Lovely to have you all here. Let me swap on over to the main scene. How is everyone? We have kittens fast asleep in the corner there. You can barely see them, they're tiny at the moment. Good evening one and all. Hope you're doing well. Let me just swap over to the main bit. There we go. Audio is on. That's on, check that. There we go. Good evening, Mushy, Dayoka, Jeepable, Herinfi, Devin, Darkwing, Hypnosis, Strazelia, Sammy, Zulok, Elahoof, The Real Ginny. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I hope you're all doing well. How has your excuse me, how has your raid and Mythic Plus gold selling been going? I hope it's been going well. I've been having enchants flying off the shelves. A little bit on alchemy, a little bit on cooking as well. But mainly enchants for me. How's everyone else's doing? Starts at a great time. Fantastic, Neville. Sorry, coughing at the wrong time though. I hope you're doing well. John, thank you so much.
John 9 just subscribed. Hey all.
Hey all, indeed. John 9, thank you so much. That's very understated for 22 months. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you. That is phenomenal. Thank you so much for your support over the nearly 2 years. That is brilliant. Thank you so much. Her price is quadrupled on your server. Interesting. Very interesting. The raid was good. I made a bunch of gold on flipping legendary base items and selling fish. Excellent. I probably bought some of your fish, I imagine. You made 50k overnight 2 nights ago. Couldn't believe it. Oh, that's very nice, Sulok. Very nice. Good evening, Solidity. Lovely to have you here. Mythic Plus is okay. Did a +7 last night. Okay, that's definitely way beyond what I'm certainly capable of at this point. Is that running a druid tonight following the YouTube series? So we'll see. Good luck. I hope you get some good gathering from that. Definitely. A dancing penguin. Lovely to have you here as well. Sarah, hello to you. It's very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? How's your day been so far? Question about the crafting report interface in TSM. Would like to filter your recipes only showing me Shadowlands stuff. Do you need to make a group? Yes, I imagine if you make a group of just Shadowlands stuff, then you should be able to filter it by that group. That should work. You bought 1,000 Nightshade for 170, and now it's dropped to 100. Oh dear, Hypnosis. I would have thought they would have gone up, but some of the other herbs have gone up as well, though, haven't they? Made 100k during the day on Wednesday, then slept through the good raid hours. Well, there is always that. Other people will be benefiting, I'm sure. Delphana, good evening to you. I was able to finish campaign and pick Covenant yesterday. Oh, excellent, Darkwing. So doing research on what to pick on your tunes. It's best for spec and maybe get 3 different ones. Sounds good, Darkwing. Just try and sort of spread it out and have fun between them. Jalan was taken. Good evening to you. Doing good, thank you. Excellent, Sarah. Good to hear. You're doing a raid tonight with a new guild on the Alliance side. Oh, excellent, Dayoka. Hope it goes well. You had to scramble to learn tailoring just now, just so you can get that fix for you. It's a good idea. Someone's reset the Sacred Shard from 98 to 150. Wow, that is expensive. You made more BFA potions and Shadowlands Alchemy in the last 2 days. Yeah, I'm still selling the BFA potions myself as well, actually. Good solid profit margin. Silas is back. Yeah, I haven't had a Silas proc, so I haven't restocked on my stock. But yeah, I have been selling quite a few of the BFA potions as well. All herbs down by massive amounts. Are they? Well, Draenor's a strange one as well, isn't it? Because it's so huge. Sebombra, good evening to you. Fishing cooking is going up now just in time. You started doing YouTube, new but still a start. That's absolutely fine. Any tips from a beginner? Just do what you love and it'll come through. Loa, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? How are you getting on with the campaign? Are you enjoying WoW? Lovely to have you. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone from Aloa's stream. Those that don't know me, my name is Samadan and I mainly make gold with professions. We tend to have a very chill stream, much like Aloa's, so you are more than welcome here. Missives are impossible to keep up. I need to get, that's my next on my list of things to do, Mushy, is to get inscription leveled up. So we'll be having a look at that tonight as well. You just finished your campaign and chose your covenant. You went with Night Fae. Good choice. Good choice. I'm not surprised. Night Fae is brilliant. I've got that on Awakening my druid, as well as Earthen as well. You did your first TSM export today. It's a dangerous thing. Now you have 17 tabs and even more tables after spending 6 hours with the data. Good luck with that one, Delphano. You've now definitely jumped in the deep end. Do the needful good afternoon to you. Just watching the last VOD, glad I'm live. Well, it's lovely to have you here in the live version as well. Alchemy and cooking has been major income for you. Some great material flips as well. That's good. And then could have been better if there wasn't for the server instability. Oh, really? You having still having server ones? Are you? Which one are you on again, Andy? Well, I can't remember. Not missing Kazakh. Logged on to your mage on there to continue with Darkmoon Fair Farm for the 1,000 prize token amount, and it's lagging. Oh, is it really lagging? Oh no. Okay. You need more Umbra versus Luminous Inks. Oh, okay, so I haven't got inscription milling data yet, so I wouldn't be able to advise you on that one. Good evening, Will. Lovely to have you here. Death Blossom is the only one under 40 gold. Yeah, that's the pretty common one, so I'm not surprised on that front. I do have a fair amount I need to actually open up here, because gold-wise, we are down even more. 379,000 gold left. The only person who has more than 100,000 gold is Samadan, who has 155,000. I did some investments into some enchants earlier today. I'm hoping they've paid off. Let's have a look. We have... Oh, okay, that's good. We've got a few things here. We've got Tenebrous Crown Roast for 6,000. I managed to sell some Heavy Callous Hide for 48,000. And a Winter Spring Cup as well. Oh, that's nice. And then we've also got... I was hoping for some of the bigger enchants. I may have to take those off and put them back on again. Specifically those ones, because they're really expensive. Let me just find them. These ones: Ascended Vigor, Eternal Grace, Lightless Force, and Sinful Revelation. I actually bought some Eternal Crystals, and I was trying to sell them on for a profit, because they were an actual profit.
Sama 22 just subscribed. Keep up the great contributions to this community.
Thank you so much, Gambisamba. That's so kind of you. Thank you. 9 months as well. That's a Twitch baby. Thank you so much for your continued support. That is brilliant. Oliver Nut Motes for you. Let's put in a load there. There we go. There we are. And who else did I miss as well? Josephson, soon. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, what happened to my gold? I keep spending it and investing it, Deoka. It's just 1 silver to repost. Yeah, the enchants are nice and cheap to repost, so I'll definitely be doing these. You sold Sinful for 17k, and today they're back down to 9.5. Yeah, I have got a sale somewhere in there. I want to put these ones on first now. I'm going to do it manually, looking at these, because those are the ones I have to be careful of, these weapon enchants, of the price of them. Let me just pop these on here. Hold on, let's try that again. So Ascended Vigor is 19,000. That's okay. I'll post it on for that. Then we've got Eternal Grace. Oh, it's not Eternal Grace actually. That's 3,000. That one cost me. Yeah, see, that one cost me 17,000 to make because it uses the Eternal Crystal. So that's right down. So that's no good to me there. So I might as well put them on at 20 and see what happens there. Although the sale rate is 0.1 on those, so it's not that brilliant. I'm going to just post those on at 24 hours, leave those going. And then the Lightless Force. Now this one's close, but it's still a slight loss at 14,000 there. I would like it better up here at the 19,000. But then I've got 13 enchants to get past to get to there. So questions is, do I try and get the 14,000 now with my competition and take a small loss, because I've got 4 of them in my bags. They're going to be going down and down and down over time, so I'd rather take a small loss here, if at all possible, and then reset it once I got my Eternal Crystals at a better price. See if I can sell some other things like Sinful Revelation, which is an actual profit at the moment. So I'm popping these straight in here at that price. See if I can get those. Those are the important ones, definitely. There we go. Going to do it. Zero gold cap challenge, purely farming based. Sounds fantastic, Will. Definitely a good idea, that one. BOE flipping. I've not myself hypnosis, but I've seen people on Twitter who have had some success, definitely. They should start getting cheaper now, what with Mythics opening up. Yes, they've gone down to about, when did I last look? Earlier today. Yeah, they're about 6,800 at the moment. My average buy price is 8,000. So the cheapest I got them was 6,200. So I did manage to snap up a few cheap ones. But yeah, these are going to be going down and down and down. There's a good supply of them now here. 77, 22 and 10. You haven't seen numbers like that since the beginning, really. So we'll watch out for that one. They're down under 5k here for you as well, yeah. 5k for from 13 to 15 before reset, yeah. Main is a dual crafter. So far not seen the best ops to make gold compared to the other professionals. You think that as the socket recipes get more common, this may be dual crafts time. It could be, Ralphid. There's also the I don't know how much the ring and the neck slots rank 4s up to the base items up to rank 4, whether they're any good as for different classes. I'd have to see which ones were the best in slot and things like that, but that could be an option as well for you. Let me just deal with the expires and things here. I might as well get a load of this on. Mr. Bluto, good evening, good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you bought some for 4.6 to 4.9. What were you witnessing on the face of the Discipline Priest? Yes, you are. I swapped over to Discipline when we did Tourcast at the end of the last stream. I didn't quite get it finished, unfortunately. I was so close, but I didn't quite get there. So I'll have to do another run another time, I think. But we're going to focus on professions today. What I'm going to do is have a look at inscription. See if we can do something with missives, something like that. Another day at work, not play WoW. Oh, sorry to hear that. Hopefully you'll be able to get some time later on in the day. With any luck, certainly. What have we got here? Above max price. Posting it normal, that's interesting. And that's above max price. Seal of Versatility and Seal of Critical Strike. Those don't normally go for much more than that anyway, so I'll leave that. A lot of stuff at minimum price, a few things at others, so we'll go through both those on. There we go. Hoping to get hold of the Vandus Rune recipe tonight, so get some sell some over the weekend. That's really good. I don't think I'm going to see the Vandus Rune anytime soon. Lex Ray Specs, good evening to you. I'm doing fantastically. How about yourself? Cost of Sacred Shard went down a lot from the auction house price of 150 now. Oh, okay, so you got that sorted, Mushy. That's much better. Your queue time is over 100 minutes. It's insane. Oh, really? Wow. That's a tough one. Yeah. I hope they can get the servers. Area 52 US. That's one of the ones that was hit, wasn't it? Hopefully we can get something more stable for those servers in time, hopefully. Right, okay, that's a big mailbox, 109,000. Let me just post the other things on first. Get those on. And then we'll have a look at what we've got here. So, good sales here, heavy callous hide. That was a good one. And I did sell that's what prompted me to make some more. I sold a Sinful Revelation and a Lightless Force there. So I was happy with those. And we just sold another Lightless Force for 14,000. So that's a slight loss, but at the moment with the Eternal Crystals dropping down, I think that's okay for now. I'll go with that. And then we've also got various bits and pieces there. And then the last one, oh, there we go. Sinful Revelation's just gone for 18,000. So that's fantastic. That's a profit. So that probably equals out the Lightless Force a little bit. So pleased with that. They are good in chance, but they're so expensive to make. But people are buying them at 14 and 18,000. Yeah, it's definitely popping off. So I'll take this gold because I need it. So that's 109,000, which is pretty good going, I'd say. Right now you just have to craft 200 braces. Oh, good luck on that one, Mushy. Actually, you're doing well. Is my household all festive? Not yet, Lexrospecs. Hopefully, after the weekend we should hopefully have something, because we have a birthday at the beginning of December, and so we tend to not get celebratory for Christmas until after birthdays are all done, and then we can get properly into the festive spirit. Although it's a strange one, what with everything that's been going on this year, so very hard to stay festive, definitely. Right now in the middle of disenchanting 1,000 desolate scale braces. You got your smart average buy for pallet back down to 73 silver. Wow, that's really cheap. Really cheap. Good afternoon, Vesamora. Hope you're doing well. Lovely to have you here. I'm going to just go through, and so those two have just gone. I probably need to do a restock on enchants whilst I'm sat here. So let's just go here and see what we need to restock on. We've got Agile, Force Multiplier, Speed of Soul, Fortified Leech, Shaded Hearthing. Then we've got Enchanted Heavy Callous Hide. If I can get that cheap enough, we can look at that combination in a moment. Tenebrous Crown Roast. If I can buy some Tenebrous Ribs for a decent price, that could be an option. And some Shadow Lace here as well. So let's just grab what we can do for some of this. Need to head to the Guild Bank to get some of this off. Bolt of Frost Weaves, Deep Sea Satin, all those. Get those. Move all those over. Still can't do the Essence of Water, that's expensive. I could do the Transmutation for that though, that could be an option. Mysterious Essence we can do easily. Grab all of that. There we go. And then, so we'll bring up Enchanting here. And we'll go to the standard interface for this one. And we'll do Mysterious Essence. I need 2 apparently. So I'll just do 6. So I've got some spare. There we go. More thinking about kitten proofing the festivity. Well, that's going to be interesting. We've not had a Christmas with such young kittens at this point of Christmas, because by the time we got Christmas for Cookie and Oreo, they were already sort of, what were they, sort of 6 months at least old by the time Christmas came round. So it's going to be interesting, definitely. He's starting to take an interest. Oh, right. Hate sound and the scent of citrus fruits. Yeah, we might have to put a few lemons around and oranges around the base of the tree. That might help. A baby gate helps with that. Yeah. Whenever you peel clementines, a little baby lady gives me a stink eyes if you just insulted her, all of her ancestors. Yeah, basically, that's about the sum of it, certainly. Whilst I'm here, we also need to drop over to tailoring and grab ourselves some imbued frostweave. Now, heavy callous hide. What's the price difference of the whole callous series here? And we can work out what we can do there. You do want me to buy another 4 eternal crystals. According to this, I'll have to have a look at that. I'm not so sure. Big hook in the beam through the ceiling, just to secure the tree. We don't have a beam, unfortunately. It's all plasterboard for us. That will just pull the roof off, I think, definitely. Yeah, Tickle Monster definitely works. What have we got that wants to be made in enchanting? Sinful Revelation, another 2 of them there. I'm going to take those off. Oh no, those are a profit. How many have I got on at the moment, though? I think I've still got a few on. We'll have a look at those, and then the Tenebrous Ribs for those. So we've got a couple of things to look at here, and to decide whether it's worth doing. And where is the plaster attached to? It is finding out where the beams are underneath, Mushy. That's the main problem. You don't touch the tree, they're happy just lying underneath, looking up at it. 9 years going now. My Cookie and Oreo, absolutely fine. The only problem we have with Oreo, we have to block off the water reservoir because he likes to dip his paw in and lick his paw, and because it could be poisonous because of the sap and stuff, we have to block all that off so he doesn't try and drink out of the tree. He's a paw drinker, is Oreo. Yeah, it's trying to get where the beam is, Mushy. That's the main problem. I'll probably end up making a whole lot of holes in my ceiling. Enchanting, someone keeps resetting Celestial Guidance, which is really good. Celestial Guidance is selling really well for me as well. It's a good one to go. Sinful Revelation. Now, how many have I got? It says I've got 2 on the auction house, according to this. So maybe I don't need to make one at this stage. My auctions. Sinful Revelation. I've still got 2 on. So I'm going to leave those 2 off for now, I think, until they sell, and then I might do another one there. But we also want to look at the Callous Hide market. So 165 is actually cheaper for me to buy the Heavy Callous Hide, and then the Enchanted Heavy Callous Hide has gone way up here. Look at that, 10,000 gold. That is a big markup. It should only be twice what this is, ideally. So this would be an opportunity to buy at least this Heavy Callous Hide. What's the Callous Hide price? At 165. So I would buy these up to the 1500 definitely. That's 15. Let's see if we can just get that in a moment. I might have to do a specific scan of this to buy that. 12 and 9. I'm going to buy all of those, 21. It's going to cost me 31,000 for those. And then I can enchant those and sell those. Is what I'll do then. Let's just park up here and pick up those. So then Eternal Crystals we're going to leave. The Tenebrous Ribs is the other thing I wanted to look at. Cooking ingredients. Tenebrous Ribs. They're quite expensive, I think. Last I looked. They're here at 200 gold. Yeah, that's double the price. Okay, I'm not buying Tenebrous Ribs either. That is ridiculous. Okay, so we will just take off Sinful Revelation, the Tome of Illusions, and the cooking can go as well. There we go. And then Enchanted Heavy Callous Hides. We can't quite make as many as we want to make, but we'll get started with those. There we are. You've been flipping me, have you? Well, no surprise there. I've got plenty I can make here though. So potential profit of 100,000, 166,000. That is not necessarily true though. Atata, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Lovely to have you here. Keep 18 missives on the altar, all enchants times 10. Wow, and they all went, did they? Gave up at like 10 PM. Wow. Made about 150k on meat flips so far. Very nice, Will. Very nice. Right, Shaded Hearthing going now. Let's make as many of these as we can. The Enchanted Heavy Callous Hide. With a reset on that market, that should be interesting. I can make 6. We're still missing some Heavy Callous Hide. So we'll see what we can get with the rest of those. It's very labour intensive, yeah, doing all of that milling and disenchanting to get it, I can imagine. I'm going to get this lot done. Deep Sea Bags, still selling well. Shadowlands Tunics. I'm trying to do the base items as well. They're working quite well for me. Just, I'm not even using any missives on them. I'm just using them base as they are. Once I can start making missives, then I'll look into making specific Shadowlands gear for specific people. You know, ones that sell for higher perhaps. Here they're already asking for Christmas trees to be kept dry. Oh right, how does that work? Surely they need to drink, the live ones. Also less carbon intensive on the environment eventually. In terms of like is that the fake ones, is it? Same plastic Christmas tree for at least 30 years in your life of your life at home. yeah, if you can get a good one, I can see the appeal. My in-laws have one that they've had up all the time. This is more for the legendaries in Torghast. They are, but can you not use them on your Shadowlace stuff as well? If I use, not Grimveiled, Shadowlace, if I put a secondary slot here, I can make specific missives for these. Like, depends on whether people actually want specific stats on these. Random stat and random stat and random additional stats. Once I can get my Crafter's Mark II, that's going to be fun. As in, not thrown out in the snow, rain and frost after Christmas. Oh, right, okay. If wet, they have to dry them. Oh, right, I see. From shredding. Okay. And this is 1,400 to 2,200. Okay, that's too expensive then. Okay, that's just for legendaries. For some reason, I thought they'd be cheap. Not sure why. Yeah, collect that separate, I think, would be the definite port of call there. Let's go through here, and we'll run a post on. I have to get into the missive market then, definitely. Crusaders going on. Undercutting competition on all these. Shadowlace Tunic, that's only 852. That is a profit though, so that's fine. Have I got all of them on? I may have to do some more different specific ones here. Let's post these on. The cowl's on at 586. The thing you've got to watch out for these is they've got really high deposit fees, so you can't list them that many times. I need my group first though. Of tailoring. Shadowlace. Yeah, so I'm posting these on, ignoring the variations. Ideally, I want to be matching variations on these. I have to come back and fix those up. Looking at those. I'll leave it there for the moment. I also am not putting on this Skull Flame Shield at the moment for some reason. So let's pop that in there. There we go. Post that on. Wondered why that was in my bags. There we go. Let's try that at 90,000. There we go. You did the formula backwards. Okay. One item is cheap for milling. One is unavailable and expensive and comes from another herb. Ah, okay. Good evening, Bathroom. It's a way to tell if you're losing too much money on posting too much. Not easily, Bathroom Builder. It's just a question of just keeping an eye on the deposit fee as you pop things down. And obviously, if your gold is going down over time and you're not buying things, then you know it's probably down to posting too many things on. The way I like to think about the whole posting fees things, it's just I think of it as an ongoing running cost of gold making. So I don't concern myself too much with the deposit fees. It's only if I'm specifically going for something like a vendor flip or something like that, trying to like selling a vendor item on for more, just keeping an eye on the price so it's not worth me buying it from the vendor and then selling it at an eventual loss. When it comes to crafting things, I like to think that the overall profits balance themselves out in time. That's in general how I think anyway. Right. We'll leave that for now, Samadan. We'll jump onto the other characters, collect up their gold, because I really do need the gold at the moment. Check in on Alchemy. No problem. Alchemy is the interesting one. I haven't seen any huge amounts of sales here. Alchemy is one of those things that you do actually need a large pool of gold to be able to buy the herbs ready to make the next batch. So we'll have a look. Some of the potions were massively underpriced when I looked at them compared to the crafting cost. I don't know why people are pricing them so incredibly strangely. We've got, what have we got at the moment? Okay, I sold some Phantom Fire, Spectral Agility, some BFA stuff, Superior Battle Potions, Greater Flasks, things like that. I'm running low on stock of those though. I've got 26,000, but I've only got 9,000 left, so I'll have to pick that up. And then we've at least got some capital to deal with there. And then I suspect a cancel scan will be in order, because some of this stuff is, well, some's below minimum price, so we can deal with that, but the other stuff that we can put on is the stuff we really need to put on, because that's where our profits are going to lie for the moment anyway. So I'll take those cancels. And then we'll pop them back on. So that's above max price. Superior battle potion of stamina. 2,500 though, that's definitely not right anyway. The rest is, some of these are going below min price here. Spectral Flask of Power. That's a tricky one. Dimitri's Draft and Potion of Soul Purity. Okay. We'll put on what we can. How's the Embalmer's Oil? 52 gold profit, that's good. If you can sell some of those, that's good. Prices are wild, only crafting maybe 2 to 3 things if they are profit, and only restocking if they sell. Really jump in the deep end with any of these professions. It's very sound advice out of Vesemora, I'd say, given how things are at the moment. They fluctuate just way too much. I mean, looking at, if I looked at the herb prices now, based on my average buy price, Death Blossom's gone down. Widow Bloom, it's at 120 gold still. My smart average buy price is 155. So that would help if I bought some at that price. Well, I don't want to buy too much of it. Say only like 100, even 100 is 12,000 gold. So, and that's half my capital here. So I'm going to just buy 10. Just so it helps with my smart average buy price more than anything else. Got 12 of those left. One of those left. Nightshade at 163. It's relatively cheap. And then Death Blossom down to 39. And I'm... yeah, see, my average buy price is way higher there. So if I just buy another 10 of those... this is just helping my average buy price more than anything else. And the same there at 163. I'm going to be tempted to buy another 10 there. Vigil's Torch 150. Let's buy out another 10 of those. And if I can make stuff with this, then great. But if not, we've got 10 in the mail there anyway. And the Marrow Root is exactly the right price at the moment. I've only got one left though, so I'm just going to help my stock a little bit here. And then the Rising Glory is the only one that's overpriced. I did get that for 39, so I'll leave that off. That's just to help with my smart average buy price more than anything else. There we go. Your server struggles with the mats, yeah. There's more demand for items than their mats. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Problem system, I think, is everyone is racing to get the experience for the next rank. They're dumping the lower ranks at less than the cost. Yeah, that's the main problem, yeah. Your TSM export updated my auctioning operation to match the max items posted. Hoping that will help keep the losses of your expired auctions down. Okay, that's a good idea, Dafana. Less than the cost on your server. Some of the enchants are triple digit. Lost numbers to craft, yeah. Base legendary for leatherworking, 2 enchants are profitable. Never seen this before. No, it's very odd this early on in the expansion. I can't quite explain it. I don't know exactly why that is. Do I want to vendor that or disenchant it? Vendor's 87, so that's probably worth more to me. Min buyout for 25,000. I don't think it's really going to sell for that. Witherscorn Great Axe of the Fire Flash. We can try popping that on. Need to pop that in a group perhaps. Let's have a look. Groups. Transmog. Great Axe. Add that one in. There we go. I've got some meat here that I need to probably send on over to Samadan. Let's go look at that. Shrouded cloth, meat, Crafter's Mark, I made those, so I'll just keep those there. I'll send those to Samadan. There we go. Good evening, Krozakov. Hope you're doing well. Lovely to have you here. It's stupid as most people are not running Torghast enough to get the rank 2 already. Yeah, I think eventually they should settle down. I'm just going to keep a general eye on the market, certainly. Okay, so we've got a few things. Spiritual clarity is coming through there. So if we do need to restock on anything, according to TSM, what do we need to stock up on? So let's go here, restock. Yeah, there's nothing. Oh no, there's a lot of stuff that's coming through here. Oh TSM, 53 million profit, according to that. Okay, that's not really going to wash, is it? Let's clear this, and let's just focus on Shadowlands Alchemy for a start. So that's 46,000 gold, 19,000 profit. Embalmer's oil is fine. Then we need special flask of stamina, agility. Let's actually look at these, because they may not actually be a profit here. Spectral agility 659. Widow Bloom is 533. Potion of Phantom Fire, that's the marrow root. We'll start with some Embalmer's oil, I guess. Shadow Core oil's down there at 11 gold profit. See, this is the problem. 46,000 investment, we've only got 30,000 gold here. So I would be cautious with this, if anything is to go by. Especially as these may not actually be profits per se. We'll start with some Death Blossom for the Embalmer's oil. And then Spectral Flask of Stamina. I don't think that's going to be a good seller, that one. Stamina is this one, 0.11. I'd be better off going for Spectral Agility here at 106. I'll go with that one. I can make 2 of them. And then the Shadow Core oil. I'd like to try one of those, just to see. Phantom Fire, we did some of those already. And Spectral Strength. Phantom Fire, yeah, it's 0.28. We'll do some more of those. And Spectral Strength, potentially. If we've got any herbs left, we'll just make some of those with what we got left. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure why people are putting things on for such ridiculous price. I guess they're trying to think the big money's at the end, and so the rush for the gold whilst burning through lots of gold in the process. It's very strange. Moffat, less than 3, no problem at all. It's lovely to have you here. Turn that one off. Right, let's post those on. We might make a small profit on those. Let's have a look. Current price undercutting competition, that's above max price, and then that's all undercutting competition, so that's healthy. That's good. We can possibly get some sales with those. Okay, let's go on to the next one. So, Samadan, our scribe to be. We'll get through to you in a moment. Do I need to do anything else with the others? I can probably leave the others, actually. Let's get into Samadan. Now, what I'd like to do here is level up inscription. Is going to be the easiest way, I think. Bought your first token today. Oh, fantastic. Had a big part in it. Oh, that's congratulations. Getting your first token is really nice. Congratulations on that. Let's have a whole load of, what have we got? Thumbs up and Brutosaurs. Congratulations. That is brilliant. It's enjoying the little things, certainly. Let's deal with those expires. Yeah, might as well keep them on. Don't think they're really going to sell, but we'll try. See what happens there. I've got the 30 days. Wow, that's the thing. And then you've got 30 days to make your next token. And then ideally, go up even more. Send your crafters the amount it needs to recraft stuff. Should still be in the plus. Today was 140k below where you started. For a good 3 minutes. What caused that, do you think? I wonder. Could it be just TSM not getting the prices right when it came to choosing the cheapest and thinking you were selling for a profit when you didn't? I'll spam some kittens. There we go. Kittens are always good though. Yep, they're fast asleep. Nose to tail at the moment. Right, pop all those on. Just to get those done. Oh, you had to buy a token. Okay, well at least that explains it. Yeah, token price is what is it? 163,000 at the moment. So now before, I'm going to need to, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to need some herbs before I do anything. Milling cheap herbs and what have you. So what's it going to be first? Luminous Ink and Umbral Ink. Okay, and then we'll have all the milling to do after that. So let's get ourselves started on a group here. So BFA inscription is all there. Let's borrow my Shadowlands group. And we're going to have a look here. Engineering inscription is what we want. Let's go export that. And then let's go to my main Samadan profile. And we'll import this new inscription. And pop this in here. There we go, that's that. Inscription herbs, that's going to go in there as well. Herbs. 0 herbs. There we go. And then this one can be 1 Shadowlands inscription. Hey, there we go. Apophis, good evening to you. I'm dreaming extension is a fan for me so far. Max has so much to do and it's not even funny. Yeah, well, I can imagine. It's 124 on NA, 112 yesterday. Wow, that's a big jump actually. Yeah. I just got one the other day on 113. Yeah. I need more Umbra. So what are the prices of missives? And if they're a bit low, start with a haste missive. Okay. So then 113 bought 3 of them. Fantastic. Yeah. Pagarots, good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. Alright, we need Shadowlands inscription. We need some Shadowlands herbs. So who has a Shadowlands herb list? That would be Awakening. Shadowlands herbs. Borrow that. And we'll jump back to Samadan. And we'll pop those in. PFA inscription, Legion inscription. And then we'll import this one. We'll leave off the ground herbs and not include the operations. We'll just take herbs and then we'll drop that in there and call this 1 Shadowlands herbs. I'm putting 1 in front of everything just so it's at the top of the list all the time. And then operation wise, that's already got average buy as part of that group there already. So we don't need this one now. Get rid of that one. There we go. Shadowlands herbs there. Shadowlands inscription here. Lots of things here. There we are. I'm going all out on enchanting, thinking the end was going to make huge profits. It's a tricky one. I'm getting more steady sales with the bread and butter enchants than I am getting with the big enchanted materials and the really expensive eternal enchants like the weapon ones. But it's still nice to see at the moment. Let me just have a look at this a moment. With hopefully going to start climbing back up again. This would be nice if we can start getting a graph like this again. I'll be very happy after our big investments. Although I am about to spend a whole load of gold, so probably not tonight. Let's have a look. So shopping wise, let's just do Shadowlands herbs. What kind of prices do we have? So Death Blossom's the cheap one here. So I would assume milling that's going to be my best option here. 39 versus a Rising Glory at 41. So time for a notepad. Let's work out. Now we don't really have inscription milling data per se yet, so getting the price of all the inks is going to be interesting. Inscription, there we go. Okay, at least 10 Nightshade milled as well. Okay, thank you for that, Mushy. I could probably just pick up some now whilst I'm here, I guess. Sometimes cheaper to buy pre-made. It could be. We are currently, if we were to look at inscription at the moment, things that have a... Currently we've got Umbral Ink and Luminous Ink. So those are currently... have a crafting cost... Wow, look at that. Aerated water, rune-etched vial, Luminous Ink, takes a luminous pigment. Okay, so a fair amount of that anyway. So I might just do a big mass load of Death Blossom. Let's just check WoW Professions, because they might give us a little profession overview, inscription. So missives, new armor kit recipes. Oh no, that's where's leveling up? That's the leveling guides. There we go. And inscription, let's have a look at this. So we need luminous pigment, that's the milling macro. Mill around 200 from any Shadowlands herb, and then we also need use the mass mill from around 700 of these herbs. So we need 700, what's that? 900. We're probably going to need 1,000 Death Blossom, maybe. Looking at that. Hold on, let me have a look. For the Nightshade to get the third pigment ink. Yeah, so let's do some of that. Hold on, thank you Mushy for the tip on these ones. There we go. Maybe in his cheat sheet looking for no problem for Lego. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for the hint on that one. So I'm going to buy, what was that, 100, 10 was it? Was it 10 we needed for that? For some reason I think I need more. Yeah, it's 10. Buy 10 times Nightshade. I'll buy 10 just so I've got some. I think I'm going to need about 1,000 Death Blossom here. It's going to cost me 39,000. There we go. Don't need to level further than the missive today. No, I don't, but I'm going to just go all in or go home. 1,000 times Death Blossom. Or cheapest. We'll go with that for now. Let's see what we get there. So we're not at the mass mill stage. We're going to have to mill some of this manually. Looking at this, we'll pick up those. We need to clear out some space. We've got loads of stuff here that needs to be sent over. Send groups. Send to Samadan. There we go. Take all that lot. Also take that and that. To Samadan, please. That clears that out. Got lots of goblin glider kits here. Oh, Shadowlands Gathering. We need to learn that. Although, what's our gloves like at the moment? Gravethorn grips, Colterian crafting. Yeah, we'll use those for now. Sorry, Colterian crafting. We're now Shadowlands Gathering. There we go. So 1,000 herds will give you 140 Umbra and 150 Luminous. Okay. Any benefits to having more than one scribe? Not really. I don't think so. Milled them all, sold the pigments, didn't make any ink with them. Posted before logging off last night. 80% sold overnight. with 195,000 in the mail. That's really nice, Impal. A repost is 20%, hoping for a good return on them. Still ahead, but need a little more gold for the bank out. So that's really good. Yeah. What else did I miss on everyone coming in here? Sorry, I missed a bit more. You have Alchemy Inscription and charting all around 60. I'm not sure which one to push next, as they're all going to cost quite a bit to level to the next end. I'd say Alchemy could be a good one there, Sammy, especially with the demand at the moment. It's ready to put in an operation to send your bank 10% of the gold you have. I don't know about a percentage, no. Yeah. If you have more accounts, yes, as Moshi said, doing the milling that way is very handy. So this is our new. Let's just clear the banks a little bit here. We need to just clear this out a little bit. Pop some of this in the bank if we have the space. Ooh, okay. What do we have here? Armor, probably gonna have to sell. Expulsum, or Sacred Shard can go off. Crimson ink, maroon ink, we'll just craft from there. Distilled water, is that used in the new one, or is that? Probably not, but I'll pop that over there anyway. BOEs, armor, I've got some cards here that I'm not sure are going to sell anytime soon, so we'll leave those off for now. That's anima stuff, that goes to Samadan. A couple of quest things. Then the Riverbud and the Sea Stalk can go. Keep all of those. Armour. Oh, I've got some. I had some better ones anyway. That's a shame. And the gloves will have. We'll get rid of those as well. And the BOEs. Nothing. Well. We haven't collected the appearance of that one, so we'll grab that. Oh no, where did I just put that? Hold on, just put that in the wrong place. Recent items. There we go, that one. Let's just learn that. There we go, Dockyard Mace is back. Deep Sea Bag. 30 slot. Do we have any bank space? 36 slot inscription bags, then deep sea bags there. Probably get rid of one of our inscription bags, I think, because those are actually a bit of a pain, if I'm honest. Well, it's not soulbound actually. I can keep that. I'll give that to someone else who needs it. Not sure who needs it yet, but we'll send someone. There we go. Check if the Tome of Mind is still in profit. I'll have a look at that as well, definitely, Mushy. So, we need to go back to the mailbox. Let's head on over here and just send some stuff to Samadan. Clear things off a little bit. Send. So, that and that, definitely. To Samadan. Ethereal meat and shard. That, I'm not sure who needs that deep sea bag. I've got a feeling Bridget could do with it. So I'm going to say, no. Earthen. Earthen, you can have a bag. You tell me if that's one that you can use. Send that over. There we go. And then these, I'm going to vendor, because those aren't really needed at this point. Just going to clear out the bags. There we go. Well, good evening to you. Just going to get started in inscription here, so enjoy the journey with me. Vendor sell price 107 gold. Really? That's quite a lot. Gold forged blade. Okay, I'll take that. And that one is a lot less. And that one's 4 gold. We'll just get rid of those. And this armour, just going to vendor that as well. Leaves me with the inking set, quest items, and a contract Storm's Wake. That's below posting price. That's not why that's not gone on. Okay, better position now. So let's have a look at inscription. Here we go. And what's the next professions deep dive for my next upload? Now, it's most likely going to be tailoring, as that's the one I'm most familiar with. But that said, I've got them all to do eventually. So, jewel crafting. Where's the inscription? Inscription's up here, isn't it? Somewhere? It's across the way. Scribe. There we go. Inscription trainer. And an ink trader. It's also going to be useful. So, writ of grave robbing is the start. Opening of locks. That's useful. We currently have nothing in terms of what we have here. So let's start with, where's our milling? Let's pick lock. Let's borrow our mill button. Where's our mill button gone? Talents, no. Spellbook, professions, milling. Oh, there it is. Pop that here, and then I can swap that with my pick lock keyboard shortcut, the equals key, because then I can pop that there and that there, and I'll probably just start milling some of this. Do I get any skill ups for milling is the question. Not sure if I do normally. A couple of those, let's just do a few of these for the moment. There we go. Just though the contracts on the auction house are not really going to rise in price. No, they're not. I just should just keep them on. Yeah, definitely. You skill up from mass mill, yeah, but probably not. I would have thought you'd got it from regular milling, but it looks like you don't. Let's just do a few of these. Let's get to 150. Actually, no, let's do it. It goes in 20s, doesn't it? So let's get down to 140. There we go. Darkmoon Fair ends on Saturday for both NA and EU, I think, so don't forget 3 professional points. Yeah, that'd be very useful. Okay, so we've got a little bit of umbral and luminous pigment with a start. So, mill a few to get started. What did I mill? I milled 60. Equals what's that? 11 umbral and 8 luminous. That's what I got first. There we go. So 553 misses for 760k. Wow. Guess you're selling at the right time. Yeah, definitely. That's a big difference. Right, so in terms of inscription, things we can do, we can just make luminous and umbral ink at this stage, which we'll need anyway. So we'll just start with, what are we missing here? Aerated water and rune-etched files. Aerated water. Let's just get ourselves 400 of that. And rune-etched files, 400 of that. So we have a good stack. There we go, a stack or two. And then we'll go over here and inscription wise, yeah, let's just look at the regular one for the moment. So I can make a few of these. Let's just make all inks for now, because you might as well do these. We're going to use them. And then when's the next thing that's going to be useful? Death Blossom. Mass Mill Death Blossom at 30. If we can get to 30, that would be good. We're already green. So let's just do some more. And we'll do a few more here. So where are we at? 140. Let's just do a few more here. Luckily this is the one we've got for mass mill anyway. There we go. You sold most of yours a week ago. Take 5 at a time for these. There we go. We've got some tranquil pigment randomly from that as well, that's good. So there we've got another 5 and another 6. There we go, green at 20. Green at 20. I'm just going to keep on making it until it goes grey. There we go. Welcome back, me, now at the computer. Fantastic, lovely to have you here, Vallegro. Okay, still fine at that. Okay, I'm going to mass mill some more. Let's go down with the first 200. Should be fairly straightforward to level this up, I would say. The green pigments are 600 each. Wow. These ones, tranquil pigment. Wow, look at that, 1,250. Whew. That is expensive. Welcome to Shadow Song. Penguin, good evening to you as well. Hope you're doing well, as we're going through and doing some inscription today. Right, that's loads. I've got some tranquil pigment again there, which is good. So we'll make these again until it goes grey. What do you reckon, grey at 25 or grey at 30? Be nice to be grey at 30, but I've got a feeling it's going to get grey at 25. There we go, grey at 25. Grey at 25. So 1 to 25, just make ink. That's fair enough. We'll make the umbrella ink whilst I'm here because I need it. There we go. Had someone with pot flips for raid, bought 300 for 3 gold, and now they're at 100 gold. That's very nice, Hypernice. It's very nice. It is 25, isn't it, Zedicus? Yeah. And Joy Jim, good evening to you. Inscription, it would just started. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this one. So we are here, we can learn a few more things. So now, when we look at what we can make, so things that are, well, there's a lot of things here that are have skill ups. Let's have a look. So Legion inscription, let's just minimize that for the moment. So newly departed codex is expensive. Soulkeeper's spire, the stave, and Soulkeeper's column. Do people buy the staves and the offhands? I wonder. 7,000, there's 12 auctions. The spire is 6 auctions. It's got a huge crafting cost on these, like really high. Looking at those, but this one would be better. Tome with a still mind, I imagine. Yeah. Tomes. Baconbit says tomes. Zedicus says tomes. Yeah, tomes is the way to go. You did sell a few staves, but not too many. I would like to probably have one each of them on, at least, just to let things go through, definitely. Send or keep X amount of gold in the bank. I can't remember an actual way for doing that, if anyone can say. I think there's... Where is it? In your mailing operations, I think. Well, the other thing I'm thinking of, I'm not at the mailbox, is to keep the other... keep a set amount and then send the rest over. That works. In the other tab of the mailing is the best I can say there. Let me just go here. Skill ups for that. There we go. Please mill those 10 green herbs and set the cost of the green inks and pigments. Oh yes, okay. Yeah, just default at the moment, Kozakov. It's using a ridiculous price. Let's have a look. Dark parchment. Where do I get dark parchment from? That's probably a vendor thing, isn't it? Luminous ink. So let's have a look. The material cost of Luminous Ink, Umbral Ink rather, is 239, based off 1 Umbral pigment. And crafting cost of that. So let's have a look at the green one as well. Let's have a look at that. Let's mill them. Mill the nightshade you suggest. Oh no, make the tranquil pigment, I think is the one you're thinking of. Green ink pigment. Yeah. So at the moment, found on milling rare herbs. Have I got the actual? Can I make that ink itself? I can't make that ink yet. Okay, I've not got the skill yet to do that. We'll have to wait until we learn it. 1630 is what it's saying at the moment. I'll get to that when I get there. At the moment it's not part of these crafts, so I'm going to go with Tome of the Still Mind for this one, I think. Let's have a look. We want to get another 5 for this, so we'll go through Tome of the Still Mind. Tome of the Still Mind. 25 times 5, 25 to 30. There we go. 1630 divided by how many pigments? Yeah, when we get that, we'll do the calculations for that. Certainly. Still Mind times 5. So let's just queue up those. Queue up those. I'm missing dark parchment. Dark parchment. Take some of that. We'll take another 400 of that. I'll need that. There we go. Hold the fortune on your dinner. Thank you, Messi. And thank you, Vallegre. Right, so Tome of the Still Mind. Let's make some of these. 5 of these. Got Sword Clean in mass decoration. Fantastic. Aha, here we go. So this is the mass mills coming through. Fantastic. So we might as well, there we go, we might as well mass mill our Death Blossom that we have at the moment and skill up for that. Let's go standard interface for this. Mass mill. Rest of herbs. 60. Make ink. 200 total. First batch. Okay, mass mill. Rest of herbs. Times 40. I've got those. Let's do all of those. So I wonder where this greys out at, really. Do this till it's grey. Got tranquil ink there as well, but I'll get there at that point. I'll keep on doing the mass mill Death Blossom. We're going to need it anyway. We're up to the missives already. That's not too bad. That's at 40. We need to go to 100 here. 1 to 100. Still orange. Oh, there we go. We went yellow at 55. And green at 60. At 60. I bet you that goes grey at 65. Didn't get there in the end anyway. Grey at query 65. There we go. Majestic Pickle, lovely to have you here. Hope you're doing well. This way of getting the pigment value in BFA is a reference to Shadowlands ink. So far so good as profit concerned. Need to figure out the percentages. Yes. Need to do that myself. I always have to, there we go, learn all the things. I have to always get my brain into the right order to be able to do that. Right, I can make tranquil ink now and then finish off the rest of those. Thought Tranquil ink would be a bottleneck. I would always end up with insufficient umbral ink. Yeah, apparently Mushy was saying that earlier. The umbral ink's the problem here. Tranquil ink times 7. So that got me to 30 to 63. Tranquil ink, I did times 7. Let's create those. That yellow at 65. I didn't see when the Mass Death Blossom went. I imagine that's probably yellow at 65. There we go, and that took me to 63 to 69, and then we're then into the missives territory, making missives, which needs Luminous Ink, Tranquil Ink and Umbral Ink, and there's where we need our prices for each of these. Looking at those. So let's have a look. Let's think about the prices. I'm done milling, yes. So I now need to work out the price of my Tranquil Ink. Let's just go into TSM. What does TSM say? Tranquil Ink is saying 1,905 crafting cost. That is because my Tranquil Pigment is telling me 1,250. Tranquil Pigment needs a price. TSM is drunk. To see how much I got from those 1,000 herbs. Good point, actually. Oh, I did make some things though, didn't I? I made... Hold on. Right. Let's make inks and then we can count them up properly. Luminous Ink and Umbral Ink. We'll make those whilst we're here. It only takes one each of those and one each of those, so we know exactly how many we'll have there. And then I'll add the other ones in a moment. We'll go through that. There we go. DB market for pigments is the default value, right? I think it's looking at that, yeah. Yeah, TSM only does what you told it to do. Right, what you said in the beginning. Yes, I need to have a look at that and try and get my head around it, and then I'll be able to at least work out what I'm talking about when it comes to repeating it myself, Mushy. So bear with me. Yeah, don't set up TSM while drunk. as a good rule of thumb for anything in life, to be honest. Right, so whilst it's doing those, I also need to take into account, what did I make? I made 5 tomes of the Still Mind, which needed 3 and 3. So that was 15 Umbral and 15 Luminous from there. Okay, and then I'm going to carry on with my Umbral Ink and Luminous Ink whilst we're doing this here, and let that go through. So I was trying to fish Night Chaser 2 gold each. Snipe the person and buy out for 1 time each time they're posted. Good idea, Vallegro. Yeah. Benny Ben, good evening to you. Do I have an experience with the Roots add-on? Whenever I try to open the window of the admin, it says type/help for a listing of a few commands. I've used it a while ago. I haven't used it since Shadowlands though, so I don't know if things have changed since then. Usually I just optimise the route from Gathermate 2 and go from there. Yeah, we need to work out Umbral Ink is coming from the crafting cost of these. The Umbral Pigment is 239, so Umbral Pigment here is my DB market value of 239, as opposed to the price that I get from milling say Death Blossom, which doesn't give me any actual data from here. So I'll have to look at the prices there. Just going to let this Umbral ink go through, and we'll go from there. Andy Key, good evening to you. And Gifalzo, good evening to you as well. I hope I got your name right. Right, so we need to get some numbers out of this. And I can look at my bags for the other stuff anyway. We're still making the other one. So from 1,000, yeah, we didn't do the we haven't done the Nightshade yet. So 1,000 Death Blossom equals 7 Tranquil, and 111 Luminous, and we are on target for 150 odd. I'll let that run through so I just get the numbers are right. 148 Umbral from that, from 1,000 Death Blossom is what we get from that. Yeah, so the herb cost me, the Death Blossom cost me, where's my mass mill Death Blossom, cost me 39 gold 80. Min buyout is 40 gold. So let's call that a rough cost. 40 gold from that. There we go. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but CGI. I hope that works. Have I added my settings TSM pastebin? Last update in August. Yes, I did an update just today, in fact, for my TSM. It's available for patrons. If you head over that way, it's all part of that now, so that I can maintain them properly. And Maceo, thank you so much with your 25 months of Prime. That is amazing. I was going to say quarter of a century, but that's not quite not quite right. That's just over a year. Thank you. And 86, thank you so much for the follow as well. That is phenomenal. Thank you so much. Pop all those in there. There we go. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm going to call it 40 gold, Mushy, in terms of our numbers there, looking at that one. Tomes I made in... Oh, yes, tomes. Thank you. That was 15 Umbral and 15 Luminous. Plus 15, plus 15. So that is a total of 126 Luminous and 153. No, 163 Umbral is what I got from there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. Right, okay, so thank you, Valego, for the Patreon link in there as well. So from that, proportionally, how many herbs did we get from that? You've done 10,000 herbs, and it's dead on 0.14 Umbral and 0.15 Luminous. Okay. Per herb. Okay. You've done 40,000 divided by 289. Thank you, Drosalia. That's what I was just about to add up, looking at the total number I had. So, just for the purposes of science, So we've got 7 plus 126 plus 163 gives you the 296 we have there. So I'm assuming that didn't add in. Where's the 289 from? I wonder. 296 I've got there. 163. 148 plus 15 is 148 plus 15 is 163. Yes, it is. 111 plus 15 is 126. Yeah, so that's correct as well. Yeah. Oh, you didn't take the luminous. Okay. So we have. So what I'd look at from there is 7 plus 126 plus 163 is 296. 296 total items. And we had 40 gold times 40 gold times 1,000 is 40,000 divided by 296 items, which gives you 135. Hold on, what am I doing here? Hold on. Yeah, we need to look at that. Yeah, we need to look at the prices on the auction house. I was thinking per item and then timesing the price per item. So let me just work that out. So we got 40,000 divided by 296 is 135 gold per item. But then I would divide that by 7 or times that by 7 to get the Tranquil Ink price. Yeah, I'd like to see if they're correct. Let's have a look. Have you got the link to Mantheus's cheat sheet with Lego? I've not got it bookmarked yet. Think. Come on, Pooh, you can do this. What's the best way to divide this? I mean, looking at the prices of them, Tranquil Ink is currently telling me a min buyout of market prices, 900 gold, say. And Luminous is telling me 300 gold. Well, let's look at the crafting cost, actually. Crafting cost is 1,905. This one has more numbers than Mantheus's. Okay, got a couple of links here. Thank you, everyone. Let's do this together. 20,000 Shadowlands herbs. So, Tranquil Pigment 39. Umbral Pigment per herb. So that's the same as Mushy says for Death Blossom. 0.14, 0.15, and 0.005 for Tranquil. Okay, and Mantheus has milling data 142, 149, which I had 126, 163, and Tranquil 5. I was lucky with my Tranquil, I got 7. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So looking at that inscription milling data of Death Blossom, if I was to just use Death Blossom, now, I'm not gonna, this is where it gets complicated, I'm gonna use Nightshade to get my Tranquil if I need it, because that's a 0.3 rate from your Nightshade, thinking about it, and I'm gonna use my Death Blossom for the regular herbs, if I was to do it that way round. So I wouldn't price my Tranquil Ink based on my Death Blossom, and that's why I need to buy the 10. Yeah, from the Nightshade here. I've got 11 though. Wonder why I got the extra 1 from. So, okay, we've got some numbers. How do I work out those numbers though in terms of like a pricing string. So the price of umbral pigment is 0.14 per herb, and the price per Death Blossom is 40. But I want to do an even division of each of them, which is why I got my 296. So if we were to take those numbers, let's have a think about this. Riles, thank you so much for your 2 months of Prime. That is amazing. Yeah, you can't. Okay. We want ballpark figures more than anything else. I'm trying to just think about my train of calculations here. Thank you, Riles. There's a whole lot of emotes for you. That is amazing. First ones. And the missives use different amounts because they use 1 tranquil, 8 and 2, 6 and 4, 6 and 4, and 8 and 2 the other way. Okay, that's interesting. So, yeah. Inkstained, good gold making afternoon to you as well. We've got our head around ink prices here at the moment. So I need to get my head round the way Billis did it, because that always confuses me as to how to price these correctly. Because we got some data here, so that should work. Haste Mastery, and they have different sale rates as well. So Haste Mastery is good as well. Everything's selling super slowly, or is it just you? And you're on an RP server, so no big raiding scene. Could be that, Bathroom Buddha, if you're not getting an increase at the moment, because I'm getting a huge increase at the moment since the raid released, definitely. So, okay, what have you got here? I would take the 40,000 gold minus 7 times 500 gold equals 36,500 for all the luminous. All the luminous times auction house price. That's fine, Bathroom. Alchemy was good last night for you. Swing it after your first mailbox of the day. 82 enchanted callous hide sold for 330,000 gold. Wow, that is amazing, Inkstained. Really good. And the final result divided by Umbra. Okay. Maths and spreadsheets, now we're talking, Gwilyn. We are. My head's getting confused at this one. This is the sort of stuff I have to spend an afternoon with to try and get my head around it. And Finbert, thank you so much. 2 months of your Prime. That is lovely. Thank you so much. Put a whole lot of emotes in for you. I'm trying to get my head around what Mushy's said, but you need the Umbra. Can't see my cost for the Luminous Ink pigment. So Luminous Ink says crafting cost here of 221. Auction house is 300. Umbral 239, 249. That's 899 for that one. Is my questions on those. Okay, so let me just work out what you said there. Doc Otter, good afternoon, good evening to you. I'm doing very well, thank you. My brain hurts at the moment. We're trying to work out inscription prices. Trying to work out what Mushy said to me earlier, because that's why you need to buy the 10. The 1630 divided by 3. So Tranquil is like 550. So the Tranquil is basically from the price of my Nightshade, giving me some data here. Nightshade cost 196. Need to work out what we get from there. Is the question here. No, I've only got 11 Nightshade at the moment, because that will give me 40 and Tranquil Ink. Yeah, because you do the 0.3. Let's get rid of Mantheus's, because I'll use the other one for this. We got that. Okay. Pull your inscription into the new expansion. This is what we're trying to work out at the moment to give us a price for these. Now, Billis. Inscription. Let me work out how Billis did it. A way to value your BFA pigments. Because I think I can get my head around... So first we use to calculate the combined DB market. I'm just over here, for those that are wondering. I'm using Billis's BFA one from before. From there, I'm looking at this at the moment. Oh, hello, Dodger and Jammy. I'll just let Mrs. Samadan know that they're up. Okay, they might want some food at this point, or want to eat a cable. Hold on, excuse me. Tea cables, please. There we go. There we are. Little purring monster. There we go. Stop buying and listing. There we go. The cables are so tasty. I know, that's the main problem. Dungeons aren't queuing very well tonight. Are they not? I couldn't now. It doesn't seem to work. Oh, right. Not going to anyone... Took you 11 attempts to buy 2,000 shards of cloth. Okay. I heard there were problems with Torghast Kozakov. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Can I have it? Yeah. Okay. All right. Because you're using for Luminous and Umbra, you use the DB market times price of herb divided by 0.15 DB market Umbra pigment. Plus 0.0005 DB market tranquil based on Billis's BFA one. Okay. So let me just understand the thinking about it here at the moment. Always value materials at the highest of these two things: the highest price at which you can reliably sell large quantities of the material, and the lowest price at which you can reliably acquire large quantities of the material. Yeah, DB market is an issue here, as Bacon Bits has quite rightly said. Worked fine for about 3 hours ago. Yeah, I'm almost thinking I need to put in some sort of manual price to think about this. Within the comments, try to point out why using the average of average by isn't a good idea. Oh yes, because Billis and Jack think the same way on that respect, in terms of how to value your things at. So I want to just get to the basic math of this. Sort of get a feeling for the price. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. DB market 2 cents, they're so up and down. So in Mushy's case, like 40 times 0.14, and then 40 times 0.15 for the umbral. You see that it won't work eventually because you need to take into account the price of each of the herbs. Yeah, my brain's hurting as well. You're not alone, Doc Otter. My brain hurts on this one as well. So I want to think of a way that encapsulates the price that I've paid for them at the moment, which is why I was going for totaling them all up and then working out a price per item as a way of thinking about it. So I get 126 and 163 if I take the tranquil into account. So Luminous will crash on the auction house because Umbral is the one in demand. So that's gonna balance things out, and I don't want to do the same things I did with my first Bracer Super Shuffle on BFA when I had an excess of Umbra shards for the same reason. Yeah. Am I going on since 2K's figuring this out? I'm not surprised, Zedicus. After what you're looking at there, I'm going to just copy and paste yours at the moment so I can just remember that, Zedicus. I don't want to miss that one. Let me just scroll down here. Luminous is ultramarine then. You came in on some serious calculations. Yes, Messianic Infamy, you did. Whether we can get my head around this, whether this is something better for off-stream, thinking about the way to do it, but I do need a price for each of those. So, Viridescent Pigment is 400 gold. So, assume we pay 35 gold per herb, which means we're only paying... Pigments are getting a worth. The other angle, it means we could sell our pigments at 59% their value and we'd still break even. So Viridescent Pigment has a DV market value of 400 gold. Crimson Pigment has a value of 20 gold, and Ultramarine has a value of 1 gold. The total value of the pigments we get by milling one herb is 0.132 times 400 gold, which is what you were saying, Zedicus. This is what you had, plus 0.316 times the 20 gold plus that. So that's the value of milling one herb. So so if we were to say right, okay, let's take this, let's look at this as an example, let's follow this up. You ended up with 300 pigments on 1,000 herb. You've been using Smart Average Buy of Death Blossom times 7.14 for Umbral. So where do you get the 7.14 from, Bacon? Let me follow that for a minute. Was that because you take, is it 100 divided by, is it divided by? I can't remember. 0.14. 714, then divided by 100 is that one. 7.14. Okay. Yeah, so I'm with you. For Umbral. Yeah, I like this. The amount you get there. So, so that's the amount you get. That's the number you get per. How many herbs you have to mill to get one Umbral, basically. Just take everything into account. We can't rely on DB market or other metrics. I like your way of thinking on this one, Bacon. Yeah, it's not like you said. It doesn't add everything up like Bellis's does, and then goes back to it on that way. So two different approaches there. It's simple. I like simple because then I can work with that. So right now the herb itself is more valuable. Not many items can be created for a profit at the moment. So like 7.142 and then times that by 40 gold is 285 for Umbral, roughly from that. And we've got a Umbral at 249, which is why the price is slightly different there. Yeah. Whereas the Luminous is currently 300, so it's actually more expensive here. And then the Tranquil is the 819, which we have to take the other one into account. I mean, look at that. The market value of Luminous Ink is at 190, historical 294. Min buyout is currently 300, and this is 2.5 hours old. Region market average is 100. Yeah, so if that added, like Mushy was saying, in terms of adding it all up, so because you have to then do the conversions the other way. Like we've got 1,000 Death Blossom and it cost us 40 gold. So 150 times 190 already for the cheapest one should not exceed the half of 40,000. Yes, exactly. So that makes sense, Mushy. You need to take so as Bacon said, it doesn't take into account the price of the other one you get with it, which is where, going back to full circle, Billus's one works well, adding them all up. Yeah, optional reagents are not supported by TSM yet. Once they are, then that's definitely good. Unlike in BFA, Shadowlands herbs do not have equal milling rates. No, they don't, but I'm likely to just use the cheapest at the moment. At the moment, I'm using Death Blossom, and I think that's likely to stay the cheapest for now. The results of milling on here. I mean, if you want a higher proportion of umbral pigment, Marrow Root's the one to go for. Or Nightshade if you really want it. But Marrow Root's quite expensive, it's like double the price. Whereas if you want to get more luminous pigment, go with Rising Glory and Vigil's Touch. Or Widow Bloom. Marrow Root and Widow Bloom give you the umbrals. Death Blossom looks like it's a 50-50 split. And Nightshade is the one you want for your Tranquils. Yeah. What's happening, Snackham? My brain is slowly melting outside my ears at the moment. We're trying to price these inks, and we've got lots of different methods, lots of really helpful suggestions from everyone, which is really good. I really do appreciate you all chiming in here, but I'm getting a bit confused as to which way to go with on this in terms of adding it all up and making it work out to some kind of ballpark that I can use. So using this as an example, so that's the pricing string of, but again, this doesn't take into account the other ones I want to get for a higher rate. Yeah, there's going to be another thing to think about. Yeah. Monitor a bit to ensure profitability, but isn't far from Billus's strings. Yeah, I'm tempted to go with a variation on this at the moment, based on its rarity. Debating what herbs to buy. No, not at the moment, Doc Otter. I'm pretty happy with going with Death Blossom to start with, because that gives me my two basic ones first, the Luminous and the Umbral, and then I'll use a pricing string for Tranquil based off of the price of Nightshade, which will probably be my better option there. But it's a question of what to use here for the price of things. Tranquil Ink is currently telling me 947. Luminous Ink is telling me 221. And Umbral Ink is telling me 249. So if I look at those rough prices at the moment, let's have a look. Would that even be anywhere close to what I've got in terms of my 40,000 spend? You sniped Nightshade specifically for it. Yeah, that's what I would be doing there, and pricing my Nightshade based on the 0.3 price of that. Maybe even like the price of your Nightshade times 3. Is it times 3? 0.305. Yeah, so it's roughly times 3, isn't it? So Tranquil Ink should be roughly Nightshade times 3. And Nightshade is currently coming in at 200 gold. Or if we did it the other way around, where's my calculator gone? 100 divided by, what was it called? 0.305 divided by 0.305. 300 is 3.27. Equals dB market, no, average by nightshade times 3.28. I'll call it that, yeah. Chance to get tranquil from milling Death Blossom. Yeah, it's a small. That's why I said 30 Death Blossom and 2.8 Nightshade per missive. Yeah. Rising Glory's in Bastion, yeah, that's right. It's farmable in every zone. What do I get from Bastion Hills? Rising Glory is the other one, yeah. So that's then assuming that the extra things we get from milling Nightshade is bonus. Because we do get some extra stuff from there. We get Umbral and Luminous from that as well. So we would have to take that off as well. Oh yes, I definitely think I'm going to have to think about this. I'm going to have a rough ballpark figure, and then I'm going to have a more complicated string figure. And then I'm going to go with something from there. So if we were to just take this for a moment, so 196 times 196 gold, 642 gold for my Tranquil Ink, roughly, approximately. So if I round that up, I'm going to give my Tranquil Ink a price of 642. That's not accurate because it doesn't take into account the Luminous and the Umbral from there, but it gives me a rough ballpark that's kind of a bit less than the current market price for that. Then Luminous and Umbral, if we, again, just for the purposes of just doing rough ballparks, and we take the 0.14 and the 0.15 from those, so these are about 200 to 300 gold each market value. And they're about 0.14 and 0.15 each, which is roughly a slightly even split. So if I were to take, ignoring the Tranquil at the moment, those are bonus extras at this point. So 100 divided by 0.14. 4 divided by 100 is the 7 times, but I want 0.14 plus 0.15 is 0.29. 100 times 0.29 gives me 29%. What's that? 100 divided by 29. 3.4 times 0.14, it's 0.48, 48% Umbral. So if I was to take a slight different percentage there, so my price of my Death Blossom ignoring the Tranquil, the Death Blossom price splits roughly, but we don't get that many, do we? Hold on. We get, how much do we get per herb? 126 plus 126 plus 163 is 289, and we got 1,000 divided by, what did I say? 289. 126 plus 163, 289. 1,000 divided by 289 is 3.46 things per herb. 3.46. Is that right? 3.46 times 289 is 1,000. 289 equals 1,000. I think. Hold on. Let me go. Hold on. We lost for one missive as long as... Okay, the other missives are... I have to get a mil value instead of an ink value. Yeah, I'm not looking at mil values at this point. I'm just trying to think of a price for each of my inks that I can then plump into things at the moment. End up with 150 Umbral and 140 Luminous. So you do, what about you just do 20,000 divided by 150. So that's half, 20,000, yeah. Thank you, Mushy. That is exactly what I was looking for. So half the herbs, yeah. So 20,000 divided by 150 for the price of Umbral. Death Blossom. Yeah. So 20,000, half price of Death Blossom, and then divide it by we're doing math. Divided by what was that, 150 equals 133 gold for Umbral, and then we take 20,000 divided by 140 is 142 for Luminous. Idea of what a pigment cost. There we go. So we're roughly going for prices here of Luminous Ink at 133, Luminous at 142, Umbral at 133. So for that 1,000 we had there, we had 133 times 150 is 19,950 plus 142 times 142 times 140 is about 19,000. So that equals the price of our Death Blossom. I like that, Mushy. That will work for me as a rough ballpark. Thank you all for your help. So in terms of pricing here for the moment, I'm just going to go in with a fixed price for now for my materials, because that will just give me an idea here. So reports, materials, ink, Tranquil Ink. We're going to give this a fixed price of 650 gold. We're going to give the Umbral Ink a fixed price of 133 gold. And then we're going to give the Luminous Ink a fixed price of 142 gold. There we go. Save that. So that is ballparks at the moment. Then that gives my missives an interesting crafting cost here, with some potential profit here. Tome of the Still Mind is a good profit there as well. So in terms of leveling up, because we need to make some missives here, they all have a reasonable sale rate there. I can make 7 with what I've got so far. The limiting factor here being the Tranquil Ink. So if I then went over and mill my Nightshade, a couple of those, gives me 3 Umbral pigments as well, which is something else to think about, and then another 2 Umbral pigments there, and we've got another couple of Tranquil pigments there. What else did I miss? You adding your restocking operation, restocking crafting, or something like that for an actual gold value, like 200%. Yeah, I don't normally do 110% of my crafting, because it already, with your crafting operation, it's the one time they also factor in the profit. So it would be crafting 10% or crafting 20% usually. Something like that would work. The way we make restock operation, that will only have me craft the recipes if they're currently profitable. Those have to be done manually. Yes, so that when you look at the crafting operation, as Derp was so kindly explaining, so one of each, 10% crafting profit. I set the minimum profit here, and I set it to 10% crafting there. Yeah, it's always the odd one, because it says here minimum profit amount, so it's already taking into the crafting cost, then you add an extra 10% on that. It's always a tricky one, that one catches me out all the time. Right, okay, well we don't need the cat's camera on at the moment, they've gone for some food. Okay, turn that off. So, levelling up, we got up to 69, was it, I believe, with inscription? Yes, we did. So we can make 7 missives. 2, 4, 6, 7 would be the way I'd do that. And 2 of those, 2 of those, and a versatility. So that's 69, so then we can make missives. Go down here onto my notes. Make missives. Should be profit, hopefully. Oh, I didn't make the ink, thank you. Tranquil. Couple more. There we go. And we got inscription up to 71 through doing that as well. Tranquil ink, yellow at 65, green at 70. And then at 70 we make missives, should be a profit, and our missives, I can probably just add in another versatility one there. What's the best, oh, I didn't mean to do that. What's the best missives to make? They all got a haste, I would say, from there, looking at that. Try to set mats to a smart average buy though. Material cost came out blank. Could it be that you don't have a smart average buy price for your material prices? Yeah, it's the haste missive. Okay, haste seems to sell best. So I'm going to add in 1 each of them. We're up to 77. And then I'll make another 2 haste ones. There we go. So you have to make sure you've got some in stock and you've got a smart average buy price of them. Otherwise, if you run out of stock of something, then it won't know what to fall back onto. There we go. Haste, crit, burst, mastery, you guess. Yeah, probably that way. I mean, looking at the order of things, crit and verse have a the worst sale rate, but I'm sure critical strike would be higher up normally. Do I think contracts will sell in Shadowlands? Flying won't be replicated this time. I can imagine people still want to do contracts. It's still orange. Orange at 80, which is fine. We could then go on for the rest. Out of stock. Okay, yes, so that's, just have to make sure you always have some in stock. Okay, Darkmoon Card of Death we can make now. And we can make all the others as well. So Darkmoon Cards are potential. They don't have a profit on them at the moment because my Tranquil Ink, Dark Parchment, I have a crafting cost. I don't have a profit on those because you don't have the variety. So we don't know which one's got those. Got big price differences there. Okay, yeah, because it makes a random. Yeah, that's the main problem on those. I haven't looked at Darkmoon decks. That's something else to look into. Okay, never mind, you found it. Okay, brilliant. You do sell some contracts, but on your high pop, about 10 a day. Yeah, so what have I got left here? So in Unlearned, we have the contracts, Court of Harvesters, Revered, revered, revered. Okay, that's going to be interesting. And then the Codex of the Still Mind, we need the Ascended friendly. Okay, that's interesting. So a double reason to getting the Ascended. Those seem reasonable. And then the Vantus rune, Castle Nathria. So do you have to just do this effect lasts for an entire week? Do you have to complete the raid on normal to be able to do this? Way too late for that. Yeah, I imagine I am on these. I didn't go in straight at the beginning for this. We're already in week 2, so I would expect so. Contracts, again, I doubt I'm going to get to these anytime soon because this is not my main character. But we're already at 80, and I can probably just carry on making missives at this point until they green out, because missives are going to be the way forward, hopefully, looking at that. So, yeah, we only need inscription up to 80 so far to start on the missives. So let's go pop some of these on the auction house. Next thing we do. Yes, the +5, thank you, Wolven Hunt, is also good. Goes into operations a bit more deeply, understands the importance of groups and figuring out the best way to implement operations is still foreign to you. In my TSM guides, Innocence Lost is probably the best way I talk about operations there. So if you go through the TSM guide there, I go into the operations and how I would use them. It's probably my best thing I can suggest for you at the moment. Don't sell for much anymore, yeah. And buy 20 shade when I need to replace my missives. 20 shade. Shade as in... That's herbalism. That's the wrong thing. There we go. 20, the green herb. Nightshade. Yes, thank you. Now I'm with you. Right, Samadan. Let's look at our group. Inscription. So we are here on optional reagents. Missives. I want to call that optional reagents. I want to call that missives. That makes more sense. And an operation here, crafting wise, let's make 10, 5, 3 each for now, and override that, and we will crafting standard. That sounds interesting. What does it look like? Crafting standard, posting, post cap 20, 24 hours. No, we're going down to 12, and max between 10% crafting, 4% DB market, 300% crafting, or 150% crafting. Probably want to up these numbers a little bit. 300% crafting might cover me though, looking at the price of my things here. So our missives here are 2.2, 3 and 6. Those all look good. Okay, we'll post those on. Run a post scan. Missives, missives, missives. And then contract storm's weight maximum already posted. So we'll just let those go through. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, can't keep all the names in the brain. I understand that, Mushy, thank you. Connecting to TSM today. The server can have issues, Tran. I'll just leave it running and it will eventually connect. It's in kind of like a queue almost. Those missives will sell instantly on yours. It's a good test. I may find 3 per missive isn't enough. It could be Doppelbock. This is my first time doing it, so I always like to start low and then work my way up. Even if things are selling really fast, sometimes I keep the number low just so that I can restock them without having to do any cancel operations, which sometimes helps. So what have you got? Shadowlands. There we go. Missive Versatility. We have our first seller. Fantastic. 2,500. I may have to make some more. We'll have to see what happens. But that's good. That's a promising start. We're at 114,000, so I didn't actually spend a huge amount of gold there. What did I spend? 40,000, plus a little bit extra. for 2 days I was working from home. Was around 1 million. Oh wow, okay. You have 20 of every missive. I wonder. We might have to do a bit more there. What else can we do inscription wise? So we can make umbral inks, missives, Tome of the Still Mind. We had those on, and the Writ of Grave Robbing. Let's look at those. And the staves. We're going to look at maybe the staves and the offhands to maybe make a few of those. Sealing wax, umbral ink, Keeper's Spine. Those kind of things would be, I think, just to fill it out really. Tome of the Still Mind, we've got some there. I've already got some on the auction house now. I've got 5. Oh, they're not on the auction house yet. Okay. So, and then 1 each of those, and Newly Departed Codec maybe. The column is a staff that's random stats, and that one's they're both two-handed staffs. Okay, what's the difference? Okay, so what I would do here to make these is go into my groups, staves. Okay, we might have to do a crafting and a selling group here. So let's just adjust this one to crafting and pop those 2 in there, and then we'll have to make another one for selling and pop them in a different one. Crafting wise, we need a crafting operation of something like, just something simple like 2 of each, I would say. And then the Books and Scrolls. Was it Books and Scrolls? The Codex's Tome and the Writ. That's not a profit. That's not a profit. Codex of the Still Mind doesn't have a profit because I haven't learnt it. So what we want to do here... you're on Moonguard, look into those. Yeah, definitely. Save do sell, a nice easy one for scribes. Don't go for it, same for scribes. Oh yes, of course that is. So I think what I'd probably do is split these. Yeah, consumed in the process, and we can only use that ourselves anyway. So I'm going to do this one. Oh no, I've done another one now. Getting carried away. Hold on, we'll call this one Codex of the Still Mind, and then the Tome. Just talents whilst not in combat. Send out a codex allowing nearby players to do their talents. Okay. So Codex of the Still Mind can go in there, and then new group here. Tome of the Still Mind. For singles really more than anything else. We'll add that one in, and then we'll make this. We'll make a group for it, but we'll just call it the Writ of Grave Robbing. And we'll just add that in just for completeness, but we'll probably get rid of that at some point anyway. Valestros, good evening to you. So we want the Tome of the Still Mind is the one we can make at the moment. So we probably want an operation there. Crafting, we want say 10 tomes and crafting standard for that. And then Darkmoon decks we're avoiding at the moment. The cards we're avoiding there for the moment. You probably want to have a look at a shopping operation, just to have a look at those. And average buy would be the main one there. And then staves, crafting and selling missives. What am I missing there? I could make something else. It was an offhand. Hats, missives, Darkmoon Cards, contracts we're not doing. Books and Scrolls we've got. So I must be missing... what's it called? The offhands.
So underscore was underscore taken just subscribed. Name our child.
Name our child. Colin. There you go, so and so. Thank you so much for your 9 months. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I have a whole of emotes for you and our child Colin. That is fantastic. There you go. Might your Mrs. Crafting this cost 56,000. Wow. Okay, that's pretty good going. So I need a newly departed codex added to my list here. Looking at this, so I'll go on to my. I'll make an inscription group here. Staves, and I'll call it Offhands. And we'll just drag that into Shadowlands inscriptions, Offhands, and then base group. We'll search for the base group, newly departed codex, and we'll add that into Offhands. Pop that in there. And then we also need to look at Offhands and probably just make a crafting and selling the same as before. Crafting, we'll put the codex in there, and then we'll make a new one. I imagine it's got random stats. Yes, it has. So I'll add another one in there and call it selling. And then crafting wise, we'll want a couple of those just so that we got some. And then we can add the other ones into the selling. Holy Helen, I'm doing fantastically, thank you very much. We're just working on inscription at the moment. So we are here at the very beginnings of our journey. We've already got one sale of the Missive of Versatility, which is fantastic. Well, looking at his characters, should name something like Samadan. So and Dan, maybe. That would work. So if I then look at this in TSM groups and restock, okay, we've got a whole load of BFA stuff at the moment. Not sure any of that's really needed at this point. Legion glyphs and things we could probably do. We'll get those in. Soulkeeper's column, spine, and the missives here. We are missing some Tranquil ink for those. So gathering wise, you're saying auction house of the Tranquil ink. I'm going to go with my milling of that for Nightshade. Alt in the auction house of the Twilight Bark. We're going to pick that up ourselves. Ultramarine ink we can do ourselves. Let's get a task list for this. So let's go visit the vendors first. See if we can get ourselves some Tranquil Twilight Bark. Alchemy supplies. No, you don't have any. It's the other one over here that has some. Where is it? Engineering supplies. You've got a couple. Dual crafting. You haven't got any. And then we'll go over this side. Not the ink trader. Mining. Don't think trade supplies are here, are they? Twilight Bark? No. That's all the other stuff. It's over this one that has a chance. Yeah. No Twilight Bark there. I've got a couple. That's at least a start. We can always pick up some more later. Who else had some that we need some? We need some sealing wax anyway. So let's head back over this way. Being so been reposting 2 hours now. 3 characters ago. Not even looked to restock yet. Teaching doing old world markets too. Yeah, but they're still selling for gold, so it's worth doing definitely. Dual crafting. What am I doing? I want sealing wax. That's got to be in here somewhere. Sealing wax. Oh, that's the expensive one. So probably just take 50 of those for the moment. My reputation is going to be low for a while, so I'll just stick with that price for now. And then Ultramarine, Umbral Ink, and Luminous Crafts. So Inscription Crafts. We need to go and buy some things for this. Twilight Bark. We still need 8 Twilight Bark. Looking at that. Who has Twilight Bark? I think Samadan has some. Someone has some. Wonder what the price is on the auction house. Let's just have a look. Not the place to really buy it, to be honest. 9 gold, 80. And the vendor buy price is, well, vendor sell price is 12 silver. For convenience, yes, I would buy those 8 from here, just because of the price difference here. That's why lazy wins all the way. Yeah. And then luminous pigment, my matte price is telling me 2. That's pigment, not ink. I need to go and grab myself the herbs, and we need to go Shadowlands herbs, and we need to get ourselves some Nightshade at 163, which is still Nightshade, which equals 1. It's still 163, isn't it? Smart average rate is 185 actually. 185 times 3.28. We'll buy that at 163. We'll buy 54 for 8,000. That's a good start. And we need some other inks. Luminous Ink we need 36, and Umbral Ink we need 3. So in which case Luminous Ink will get some more Death Blossom and buy out ourselves another, well there we go, there's another 199 at that price. Stuck preparing, let's do that again. Buy that lot. 39. Oh, someone's bought some, unfortunately. I'll get some more at a slightly higher price of 39. Not that much though. Just get another couple of hundred. So we've got some. There we go. Okay. Now the vendor is out. Yes, we've just gone through and checked them all, and they were out, unfortunately. Several vendors in Ouroboros that sell them. I went through the 3 over here in the crafting area, and they were all out. I managed to pick up a couple, so I just got some anyway. Right, okay. Do I set my ink cost based on the milling and Death Blossom exclusively? Yes, I did. At this point, because it's an equal rate. Obviously, if I want to adjust my figures slightly, I can start looking at the other ones as well. But we're just going for the ballparks at the moment. Seeing as Death Blossom is my cheapest herb at the moment, that's what I'm using. So, mass mill, let's use this. And probably take those off. Mass mill Death Blossom. And then 2 of the Nightshade. It's probably not going to give me enough Tranquil Ink. I need 5, so we need more Nightshade for that. Okay. I just want to see if someone smarter did it too. I wouldn't call myself smarter. Oh, we got 5 and 6 out of that. That was plenty. Tranquil Pigment, and then we need to make the ink out of those. I always forget the ink stage. I get all the pigment and then I forget there's ink to come from it. It always confuses me. Easily done though, to be fair. There we go, and then the Luminous Ink will create these whilst we've got them. Of course, ink stained. Of course. Alright, okay, that's our notes done for inscription. I'll be transcribing those over to my Miro board for those that do have Patreon access in due course. Then I'll be doing a video, of course, about leveling inscription. We're not quite there yet. We're at 80, so we need to go a little bit further. D-Route, good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. Sometimes turning on off wall mode sort of restocked the vendor in the past expansion. Not sure if it works this time. Oh, interesting, Zedicus. I hadn't considered that one. Crazy Eyes, thank you so much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Right, so I also need ultramarine ink. That old favourite. I should have some somewhere stashed away. Mass mill, Shadowlands, ultramarine ink. We can just make some here. I need 20. So that'll be easy enough. There we go. And Palatrino. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope I've pronounced that okay. Getting a crafter in a starting zone now. Can we pick the way in level, or do you need to pick it? Or can you change it mid-leveling? You can change it mid-leveling, Darkwing, after your first character has done the whole campaign up to 60 and picked your covenant the first time. and done the first chapter of your Covenant campaign as well. I believe you have to do that as well. Once you've done that, then you've got the option to go into Threads of Fate, and Threads of Fate can happen even whilst you're mid-leveling. So Ultramarine will take 20. Create those. And what else are we missing here? Hold on. Gathering wise, Ultramarine. The Twilight Bark. We still need another 2 there on the alts. I'll probably check the vendors, see if any more Twilight Bark has appeared in that time. 2 more Twilight Bark. You can get your crafter safely in Oribos then. Yes, you can. Right, okay, we made the Ultramarine Ink. Let's go over, double check the vendors. There we go. Yeah, but you can't go Threads of Fate storyline. That's the one problem. And supplies, let's have a look. We have no Twilight Bark there. Let's head on around to the end. Alchemy supplies, none. Inscription supplies, none. Someone's been here already, I think. Can't see any there. Or it wasn't that long ago, to be honest. And engineering supplies. For convenience, I know it's more expensive, I'm going to buy another 2 Twilight Bark. I know I've got them on my alt as well, but sometimes easy wins. Twilight Zone, I didn't realise there was so much different Twilights. There we go, we'll just buy that. I'll take the 3, so I've got 1 on me. And then I'll pick that up from the... we need another 8 inscription. Do we? Okay, let's have a look at that in a moment. So Kyrox, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Let's go through here and pick up our purchase. One of our missives have been undercut, so we need more Ultramarine Ink according to that. So we need another 9. So I'll just go and make another 9. I'll make 10 just so that I've got one, and that works. There we go. Okay, so flipping Twilight Bark vendor on the chance I need it for crafting. Stop paying your wife for crafting mats. Well, if someone's going to take the time to collect them from the vendor, then the profit's all theirs, and rightly so, I would say. Okay, so we have our missives, our glyphs, and our codexes, and our weapons, and our offhands. A potential 42,000, according to that. We'll see. Depends if they sell. I have to add the codexes and the columns into our list. Glyphs are always a competitive market, though. You keep buying it when you walk past them. That's a good habit to get into, Machine, no matter what character you're on. You just fly by, pick it up. Alright. I don't have many glyphs, but the ones I do have, I like to sell. Okay, we're skilling up in our Legion inscription as well, which is brilliant. Shadowlands inscription has gone up to 82. Is our missive still orange? Yes, they are. That's good. Okay, so that's all done. Own operations are selling missives or disseminate and share them. The one I'm using is a very simple one. Let's have a look. Hold on, I'll show you what I'm using. So for my missives, for auctioning, crafting standard, 12 hours, minimum price, maximum between 10% crafting, 40% market, 40% DB region market average. That's my normal price. I'll copy and paste that in there, and the others are just basically a change of percentages on those. And then the crafting operation is just something like this, 10% crafting profit with nothing else added on, and that seems to work at the moment. 10% crafting profit with nothing else added on, and that seems to work at the moment. And that seems to work at the moment. 10% crafting profit with nothing else added on, and that seems to work at the moment. 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 And that seems to work at the moment So we'll go on and we'll pop those on, and auctioning wise, run a post scan. Let's just copy this over here so we can see it. So again, Tome of the Still Mind is above max price. Okay, that's interesting. Max price is 2482 and the Still Mind is currently at 2499, so I need to just adjust my operation slightly. So my crafting standard, auctioning operation crafting standard, just going to up the max price, 300% crafting or 200%, doesn't quite cut it here, so we'll go 300%, 300% and 400%, just to give myself a bit of an extra ceiling to work with. And run a post scan again, so now we're all undercutting competition on those. Some good profits there to be had, so let's pop them all on. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some sales. I'm glad we got one, but we'll see how those missives do over time, definitely. How few auction operations I run? I try to keep it as simple as possible, really simple. That way it's easy to debug and easy to work out what TSM is doing in the background. And if we do need to tweak things and do things like that, we can. But as long as things are in the rough price range, I'm happy with that. Okay, that's inscription in a good place. So the only profession I haven't looked at so far in Shadowlands is engineering, which Bridget's got a little bit of extra gold. Got 75,000. Oh, I know what Bridget needs to do. Just realised we need to restock on panthers because we sold some. So I'm going to go over to Bridget and get those done. Sold 385 gathering enchants, and still herbs are expensive. That is really good. Hopefully your profits are good on that. So Bridget, we need panthers. 3 panthers. That's going to cost me 20,000 gold. So that's going to cost me 60,000 gold, I think, in the base material for that. Hopefully I can make everything else fine. Let's go have a look. See how things go for the moment.
Work complete. Work complete.
Right, and here we are. Okay, so Goblin Glider kits selling as always. Deadly Lace Strike Band, Leviathan's Eye of Intellect have sold. That's interesting. Anything else we need to post on at this point? Probably some more Goblin Glider kits, I imagine. 37 gold for those. Let's pop those on. And then we look at my auctions. Various gems. A lot of these are old ones as well, so not sure whether those are going to sell. Ooh, I didn't check actually. I didn't put my selling group on Samadan. I need to go back to that. Okay. Not sure what there is to sell at the moment. I hope they add some more interesting things. Yeah, it's always a strange one, engineering. It's only really engineers that seem to use the stuff that is there. So I'll do this, but I've got to remember to go back to Samadan. Crafting, TSM, restock. Okay, so there we go. Here's our panthers we need to do, and a quick lace strike choker as well. So gathering wise, Orb of Mystery we need 3, Primordial Ruby from the alts, and Wild Jade alts and Guild Bank. Okay, let's open up the task list for this. Facets of Research I don't think we've done yet either, so we'll go over and do that. Collect ourselves another recipe. And then engineering, we'll grab that. Oh, Yard's Peculiar Energy Source we don't have as well. That's another thing to add to our list. There we go. For Old World Engineering, tops other professions. Yeah, if you've got the mounts and the pets all sorted, then it is a good one, definitely. Right, let's grab, what do we need from here? Earthen's got the Wild Jade. Got 1 in the Guild Bank. I'll take that. Dual crafting crafts, we can make the quick dual doublet. That's easy enough. Then we've got, I need to go to an anvil to make my Yard's Peculiar Energy Source. And then we also need to head on over to a, Where's my Hearthstone set to? Ring of Fates. Okay, so we need to go over to Pandaria to get the Orb of Mystery. So I'll do this one whilst I'm here. True Iron Ore. Yard's Peculiar Energy Source is the one I want here. Let's just swap back over here. Oh, have I not got enough Ghost Iron bars for this as well? Okay. Need to go and get some more of those. Another thing to add to the list. NA playthrough. Only episode 13. Starting to finally use your TSM correctly. Oh, fantastic, Motizzle. Hopefully I'll get some more episodes out to you before you finish it. I know I've neglected it somewhat in favour of getting sort of like professions all sorted and on my EU here. But we shall be returning to Let's Play. Do not fear, it's not been abandoned. So we will carry on that journey on the NA side through Shadowlands as well. We'll be starting on professions in Shadowlands, which is going to be fun. The wormhole generator is fun, yeah, but you need rep for that, yeah. Link to multiple accounts for determining crafting availability. People run 2 accounts where one just sits in the auction house while the other plays. Yes, you can link and sync accounts on TSM. I've not tried it myself, but I am pretty certain it works, yes. Sometimes can be a bit tricky in remembering characters and things, but on the whole, yes. Right, to the west, over here. Let's head on in this direction. Nice to be able to fly again. That's always good. So 3 Orbs of Mystery and some Wild Jade we need. I wonder what the price is on the auction house. You do it lots, it's very easy. Thank you, Big Mooney, for the vote of confidence. Yeah, it's one of those things I've yet to do. I think I should head over this way, really. A little bit more north. There we go. Through the gap. Don't need the auto path at the moment as well. Let's /AAP. Use flight fast. No. Turning quest. Show quest order list. No, don't want that one. Show quest list. Turn that off. I want to be able to turn that off if I can. Skip cutscenes, auto repair, quest options, accept and turn in. I'll just move that down to the bottom. I've got like a trash area of all my stuff. That tends to work quite well. There we go. Still can't get the mouse scroll wheel actual. Any suggestions? Edit your custom pass. Okay, thank you. ED10T. Thank you. So that would be in /AAP custom path. Shadowlands. Okay, I'm in. Which one am I? Move routes. I'm in custom path. It doesn't have anything in here actually. Interestingly. Right, vendor. There we go. ED10T. ID10T. I, not E. ID10T. I get it. There you are. I borrow you for Orb of Mystery. 1, 2, 3. 60,000 gold spent in quick succession. Got 15,000 gold left. Wild Jade needed next. Let's just check the price of Wild Jade on the server. It's not usually cheaper on here. Yeah, 341. Who has Wild Jade? Samadan has 6. So I think we'll probably end up heading back, and what we'll do is we'll make some with Awakening. Giving user cause problems. Yes, I can imagine. Okay, let's go. Let's just go by the mailbox for the minute, then we'll log off. So who can make Wild Jade? That will be Awakening. Let's go over here. There's another thing I need to do on Awakening, a transmute thing. It's the essence of earth to water, I think. I need 211 Umbral Ink. Good luck, Mushy. So according to that spreadsheet we had, if you get Marrow Root or Widow Bloom, that gives you a greater chance of Umbral Ink compared to the other herbs. Gives you some options there. Mail's about to expire on who? On Feng Shu. Oh, okay. Not just yet, but it's well worth remembering. So, how are we doing? All got some sales. Shadow Core Oil, Potion of Spiritual Clarity and Spectral Agility. Okay, so that's good. Anything coming through in our auctions? Nothing yet, no. Probably need to do a cancel scan on our potions. Bet you've been undercut on a few of these. Tell me how many herbs. 211 divided by 0.1 ball will tell you how many. Yeah, that's good. Right, let's just take these off. Take those cancels. I don't normally like to do a huge number of cancel scans, but as I'm passing through the auction house on these characters, I might as well, especially in these competitive markets, and especially on a Thursday evening, because that's when a lot of raiders and people are active. And I haven't done a Silas proc, but I don't want to do that yet, because what I actually want to do is look up my Wild Jade. If I can make some, I can make 40, and with my Golden Lotus, so let's make 20. Turn my numlock back on. There we go, let's create 20 of those. Hopefully we'll get some procs on these as well. And we'll send those over to Bridget. She can have a nice stock of them. But I also wanted to check whilst I was here. Transmute. Now, which one was it? It was... It's not... It wasn't Eternal, was it? Earth to... I thought it was Earth to Water. It's air, but I don't know. Not sure if that was the one I was thinking of. May not be. Got a couple of procs in there, that's not bad. It was something that Samadan needed. Right, let's go and send for one of the tomes, and I can't remember the name of the tome, which really isn't helpful at this stage. Where's my Wild Jade gone? There we go, 23 of those. So we'll send those to Bridget. You'll need those anyway. Okay. Did the profession window get darker? Ooh, I don't know actually. Water to air or earth to water. I think it was... We'll have to go over to Samadan and have a look. Gathering, we still want to switch to Samadan. Hold on. Let me have a look why. We should be all done. Oh, okay. We still need... I just sent a whole load over. That should work. Crafting. Yeah, those are all ones we need, yeah. Primordial Ruby and Sun's Radiance. We need a few more. 5 and 3, so let's make 10 of each of those. I got Primordial Ruby and Sun's Radiance. So let's make 10 of those. Get those going. Gives equal amounts of Umbral and Luminous pigment as well as negligible amounts of Tranquil. Would be too far off to base Umbral and Luminous. Umbral and Luminous on that, and price Tranquil on the cost of Nightshade minus Umbral and Luminous, since it gives roughly equal amounts of all three. Yes, Solidity. That's what I've done at the moment as my rough ballpark. Although I've not included the Umbral and Luminous in my Nightshade, and I've just gone with a Tranquil price for the moment. Let's make some of those. Sun's Radiance. 47,876 gold would be for Death Blossom. So if I go the route of Mara route, 211 times 2 costs 69,000. So I guess what I'm buying? More of the Death Blossom, which means that your Luminous you have excess of, which was what you were talking about before. At what point does that become a less Nightshade? Almost. At what point does it become less valuable to you? And then you change your pricing accordingly when you have an excess of it. It's an interesting thought process. Francine Excel, I had Yoni in the background. No, that was fine, Solidity. We did a lot of my brain hurt after working things out. Thankfully, Mushy gave me a nice even way to work it out, which I think worked well. Oh, look, we've got ×5 proc of Wild Jade. That was useful. I will send a group of this lot over. I'll not send it all over to Bridget, though. You can have the Sun's Radiance and the Primordial Ruby, but I'm going to save 16 is going to go over to you. No, 10. Yeah. 16 is going to go over to you, over to Bridget. Send that over. And 10 is going to go over to Samadan, because lots of my characters need Wild Jade, so I'll just split it that way. That'll be easier. There we go. So whose mail was about to expire? Oh, whilst we're here, Samadan, we didn't do a posting operation on you. Quick detour. Whilst I remember, math class with Sam. Yeah, it didn't work very well. I got very confused, but I think we got the general gist of it anyway, which I hope will work. I'll try and make more sense of it in a video of some kind later. So, Samadan, the thing I didn't set up is when I set up my groups is I didn't add them into a selling group when I was doing my operations. So under the offhands, I didn't make a selling of the offhands, which is the codex. I need to add those in, and the staves selling, I need to put those in there, and then I need to assign them an operation. Auctioning operation, crafting standard, and auctioning operation, crafting standard. There we go. Average cost of about 1,139 per missive. Okay, so what kind of that's what you did, you just sold it off. That's fair enough. And what kind of price did you get for your missives? 1,100. If you're selling them for 2,500, that's pretty good. There we go. 42 missives. Ooh, that's a lot. Anything else I'm missing there? No, it's not. Let me have a look. My auctions, anything sold yet? Just the one missive still. That's fine. We'll go through and run a post scan. Get those codexes on. Those are interesting. Some I've got no competition on. So those are healthy prices, healthy profit margins. I'll stick those on. Deposit fees slightly high, but it'll be alright. 1979 for the cheapest. Okay, so that's good. 800 gold, yeah. All your missives are 250 to 270 in the red. Oh no, Villegro. That's a shame. Must be a highly competitive market. I love this twin-seater thing. I need to carry on with my sort of friends thing. Recruit a friend so I can get that. And let's log out. Okay. On to the next. Which is the best in Shadowlands as far as low cost to max versus profits once maxed? Depends on your server, obviously. Friend of recruiter, exactly. Yeah, we want Mrs. Samadan to come and join us. In terms of professions, best ones, I think cheap and easy to level up, and ones that don't require you to get to 60 would give you good options. I would say something like Alchemy currently, but it's quite competitive and you need a fair amount of gold to be able to buy all the herbs and things to be able to keep it rolling. Missives and Inscription was quite good for me on this server, so I would say that's an option. And leatherworking, exactly. That's a good sort of, if you do skinning and leatherworking, you'd be in a good position there, I think. Right, let's go and get our others from here. Let's move this back over here in the middle. So we should be able to make everything now. After that little interlude, everything's on there. Ruby Panther, Jade Panther and Sunstone Panther, and everything else. Potential 54,000 profit according to those. That would be very nice if you can do that. Yeah, if you do leather working, then it's fairly easy to level up, and you can do skinning on the as you level. Which, if you're not sure about doing the leather working, you can just sell the callous hide, and that should be good as well. All your tools you have, tunes have herb and mining whilst leveling. I mean, that's a good steady one, certainly. Because that way you can at least, as you're running around the world, you can just make little detours. Quick doublet and chokers, and then we're done there. Just skinning is making a huge bucks. I love callous hide. I love it. Keep it as high as possible. Yeah, definitely will. Is there anything I'm missing here in my group? Everything else seems to be added there. That's not my Brutosaur, is it? I'll borrow yours if I may. Get those on. A couple of things below min price. Panthers are at good price. Jade's at 42, Ruby at 47, Sunstone at 33. So those are all very good prices. I'll stick with those. That should be good. You got 217. How much were you expecting? Can't see what you needed. Scrolling up, see what I can see. So you need 211 is what you said, and you got 217. That's pretty good. Nice to have the luck on that side, definitely. Right, you're done, Bridget, so that's good. Only next thing to do with you is engineering. We also need to just probably go back to Samadan to see how enchants. Ooh, I did want to check on the callous hide market for earthen. Let me just check that. Thank you, Vallegro, for the reminder. I'm pleased we got inscription done today. That was a good start, a good progression, definitely. Due to the legendary system, think how much does Paul Crafters need to rank? Yeah, there's a lot. A Shadowlands wormhole is epic, is it? I need to go engineering on that. Look at this stacked up Brutosaurs. Let me just go in the middle here. All other. Oh, we've got some shade-bound sales here. That's quite good. So that's selling well. Let me just check my auctions whilst I'm here. And Defender's Apis of the Age of the Peerless. Okay, that was cheap. What's the vendor sell price? 45. Okay, that's still high enough there. And got some over those. So what I want to check here is the callous market. So callous hide is 157 now. Heavy callous is 16, and then double that for enchanted, which is more like 3,000. So we could easily up this a little bit, I would say, depending on how much I want to invest in it. How much we got? 51,000 gold. Looking at this, 157, it's 28,000 for that, and then I could make a small profit selling heavy callous hide from that one. I'm going to work your Demon Hunter today then. Better late than never. Exactly. Definitely. 32 legendaries at the moment. Another working 4 ranks is bonkers. It's so expensive. Cost Hecons more than gold cap to do it, I think, as well. You still need to level, but probably won't until later in expansion, as usual. Yeah, I'm in exactly the same boat, Ronnie. That's the last one for me as well. I think I should do, just so that I've got everything covered. So I'll probably add it in sooner, excuse me, rather than later. Excuse me. Let's try that again. Callous hide. 182. There we go. Let's buy that.
If you find anything exotic,
And then we'll go through here. And then we can make heavy callous hide out of that. So heavy callous hide. Oh, I need to make some dredged leather bladders actually. And for my inflatable mount shoes. Whilst I'm here, I'll do that. And I think that's for El Morte makes those. So I'll send them over. And there's a small profit on these. So heavy callous hide will cost me 1.5. And it's currently 1.6. 1574. So I'll make the heavy callous hide here. I can make 18 of those. And then I'll send those to Samadan. And the bladders over to El Morte. 191 light set overplates sold since Shadowlands. That's pretty good. I've sold quite a few myself. I've not kept the stock up though. I've let it slide for a fair amount, so we can at least build on that in a moment. But this is the inflatable mount shoes, so it's slightly different. Right, okay, that's all done. So then we'll just send this to the appropriate characters. Move this over. Okay, so coarse leather barding, no. I want dredged leather bladder, goes to El Morte. Send that over. And deep sea bag, I'm not sure. Oh, there's the twilight bark. Heavy callous hide, where have I put it? It's there. I'll send that to Samadan and see if we can turn that all the way up into something good. Max leveled enchanting, if enchants sell, you'll be a non-loss. That'll be good, Hypnosis. It's a tricky one, enchanting. Hopefully you've got some good steady sellers in the middle there that will just tick some gold through for you. I've got some really good ones myself at the moment, so it's just so expensive to do. That's the main issue, more than anything else. So looking at this, going back into Samadan.
work complete.
So here we go, and we've got that one. Okay, so Speed of Soul, got the Lightless Force. Oh, okay, we did well in selling some of those. We sold 2 Lightless Force and 3 Sinful Revelations. So that's 80,000 gold from all of that. And 3 Netherweed bags. Don't forget the 3 Netherweed bags. I probably need to do a cancel scan on those. But whilst I'm here, I'm going to make my heavy callous hide. I can make 9 of them. So I'll do those. Have I got any enchanted lightless silk on at the moment? Doesn't look like I have any on. That's currently a very, very small profit based on my price of lightless silk being 62 gold. Okay, so it's probably not worth it. The Elysium bar though, that would be nice. 131, not massive though. 497 crafting cost. Elysium ore being 487. Lithium ore being 243 min buyout. Smart average buy price is 400 gold, so that's a big difference. But heavy callous hide is the biggest profit margins here anyway. So we'll have a look at those, and I'll go into the auction house as well. Totally missed the raiding team, has been focusing on professions. Crafting, I didn't know this expansion is this massive. Hope that when it stabilises can get back into playing the game content. I think he should be alright, Zedicus definitely is. There should be enough to be able to catch up on things, certainly. So, run a post scan. Heavy callous hide going for 7,400. That's still a reasonable profit based on my options at the moment. 394 for deep sea bags. Pact of haste going in, that's good. And then we need to look at what's going off at the moment. Nothing at the moment. So let's just deselect. Whoops. Let's do that. Hold on. Deselect everything. And Shadowlands Enchanting. I'll just run a cancel scan on that. Literally just been undercut on that. Someone's busy on that one. And then I've got a few things to repost higher according to those. So let's take those off. See if we can get a good price on those. Take those all off. Oh, didn't land in fishable water. That wasn't what I was expecting to do. Take all of that off, and then we'll post that one on. Spreadsheet the cost of sacred shards yet. I'm still just using the tailoring one, the shadow lace cuffs at the moment. Okay, some of these are below min price. A lot of these are below min price now. 18762 crafting costs. I think I might have to do some of these manually. Tenet of Mastery. What's that normally? 566. Okay, that is very cheap. Okay, I'll post that on anyway. I'm going to skip that one. That's below min price. Bargains obviously below min price. Gathering's worth doing. Now Lightless Force has gone below min price as well. That's 14,000. I'm going to skip that as well. And then the Tenet of Critical Strike again is really cheap. Ascended Vigor's fine. We can get that one on. There we go. And then the main thing here is to look at those tenets. Not tenets. The weapon enchants. These ones. Lightless Force. I'm taking a loss on these, but the price is plummeting and I'm in stiff competition, so I'll take a small loss if I can get the sale at that price before it drops any further. And Sinful Revelation, which is actually still a minor profit, if I can offset it with that, that would be even better. So I'll post one of those on as well. Won't do too many of those. I want to see how the Eternal Crystal market stabilizes before I do too much into that, looking at how things are at the moment. There we go, just solved the Sinful Revelation. That's good. Because the Eternal Crystals are still expensive. My average buy price is currently, well, lowest is 6,200. These are going to be going down and down and down as time goes on. Yeah. No tail, you had to level it up, even the cuffs. Yeah. Yeah. Is there a leather working bracer equivalent? But if you use if you see you bought 2,906 shards already. Wow. Scott, thank you so much for stopping by. Lovely to have you here. 20 gold more than crafting costs for each. That's fair enough, Mushy. I think sometimes you need to, certainly. Thank you, Darkwing. Someone reset them and then defended the price. Yeah, so that's your tricky part. At the moment, Sacred Shards here at 225. My mat cost is 171. So that's been reset as well for me, which is why the price is a little bit high there at the moment. Ingredients is the other thing, looking at that. I want to get my prices down on these. Some things are particularly expensive, like the Tenebrous Ribs. 100 gold actually is not too bad. I don't have a smart average buy price on that. Average is actually 110. If I can get 83, that'd be better. And whilst I don't have a smart average buy price on that, I'm going to take those 10 just so I've got some. And the haunch, 11 gold. I already have 112, 124. Only 13 of those silver gill pike. Then it starts to get a bit expensive. 130 on those. How much have I got? 49. Spinefin piranha. I don't have any at the moment, so better off getting some of those. 195, 206, 99. Let's just buy myself 10 for now, just so that I've got some. and the bonefish as well. Then it starts going over my average buy price, which I'm going to leave for all of those. That doesn't have average buy price. That's 200. It's all expensive, too expensive. So food is not profitable when things are getting that expensive. There we go. It's max enchanting since the fair is up. 100,000 gold still. That's 100. Yeah, it's a lot, bow and arrow. But if you can afford it, it's worth it. Who set your rib so low? I'll let you buy yours first. Okay, thank you, Will. Go ahead and reset. The silk at the moment is lightless silk. Can't remember the price of it.
Have anything ancient
Tailoring. Let's have a look. Shopping, Shadowlands cloth. Lightless silk is currently at 98 gold. Look at the price of shrouded cloth though, 3 gold 85. My average buy price is 586. There we go, fortified speed is just sold for 487. Pretty good. Right, okay. I think that was a pretty productive evening. Another profession leveled up almost to max. Just got a few more skill points to do. We don't really need to bother with the Darkmoon deck side of things, so we're going to just focus on getting all the other professions maxed out and making gold with those, spreading ourselves across the professions. I would like to think myself at the lowest point my gold should be now, because I've invested in all the professions so far. I would like to see the gold going up in each of these characters. Bridget's got 15,000, Almalte's got 52, Samadan's got 95,000. So we can start seeing who... yes, the 5 skill points on Darkmoon Fair is also useful. Although the professions I'm currently working on at the moment don't really need them at the moment, because I'm still making stuff passively with that. But yes, it's a good reminder for everyone in general, especially if you're doing something like alchemy or enchanting. So thank you all for such an amazing stream. What have you got on? So tomorrow is Friday. We've got a nice long stream tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to be streaming from 1 till 7. So stick around. We'll do a little bit of progression stuff on Samadan, as well as make sure we can make some gold with our professions. See if we can get up to at least 500,000 is the target. Let's try and do that and not spend so much, which will be even better, perhaps. So that's another option, certainly. Let's see who is on at the moment. Now, just scrolling up. A lot of people are doing raidy stuff, aren't they? Just scrolling up. But I'm going to go down, and I think... I think we haven't done Tomcat in a while, have we? So let's send some love Tomcat's way. Okay. There we go. Fortified speed just sold. Right. Thank you all for such a lovely stream. Thank you all for sticking around. That was amazing. Thank you all for your help with the math stuff, and especially Mushy with helping me get my brain around things, and everyone else, Zedicus and Bacon, and everyone who gave me links to things and stuff to look at. That was very, very useful. Thank you so much. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be early morning for American people, so I understand if you're busy. But hopefully I can connect with you all and see you at some point tomorrow. It's going on till 7, so hopefully I should be able to catch you people no matter the time zone. So until next time, happy gold making. No kittens to say goodbye, and we'll see you very soon.